There is only, first of all, let me check to make sure that my voice is being picked up before I continue. Operating on my cell phone. Let me listen. Just make sure. Okay, yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are live. Voice is live. Okay. There is only one God. And he is a black man. There's only one Jesus. Even the Christ of the Bible Christ, teaches us that Jesus, the biblical Jesus, is a man of woolly mane, a man of paws the color of bronze. There's only one creator, one destroyer. As you see me, I'm draped down in my military uniform. There's only one Alpha. Only one Omega. Only one God. And here's a black man. The biblical verse up in the Bible says that God created man up in his image. So, if we take a look at that, I am not a white. I am not a brown. I am not a yellow. I am not a pink. Okay? So, with that being said, we are about to get this live stream underway. Right? Okay, well, Angel Snupnut. He said, Soul Paul forever. You missed it, bruh. Alquisha Alquan got roasted last night. Classic. He exposed himself as a liar. Well, god damn it. Hey, brother. Big bro, would you like to come on onto the stream? Hold up. Let me figure out. I'm just gonna post it. Maybe you will not be able to come on. But wait a second. I'm trying to figure. I'm doing this from my cell phone. Okay, I figured it out. All right, I'm just gonna post this if you want to come on. Cause see now I'm back on man, I got sidetracked. I got sidetracked from all the foolishness, man. You got these dudes, these supposed to be Marcus Garvey dudes, who don't even give a damn. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't care, but the issue is the fact that they're now trying to redefine pro-blackness. And that right there makes me sick to my goddamn stomach, yo. See, the thing is, you can infiltrate pro-black, but not black supremacy. Now, black supremacy. And I got a bone to pick for brother Taalik Ibn'rad. Because I remember him saying that, wait just a second. Okay, yeah. Let me cut my camera off for just a second. I remember brother Taalik Ibn'rad said that the Negro, the American Negro, which is to be the same as pink folk. We want to be slave masters. But yes, yes, I humbly accept that title because yes, I would love to see. I would do a reverse. I would have their people picking cotton. I would lynch their people. That's why I gave myself the title of master. And then, of course, supremacy. Man, brother Taalik, man, please come on, brother. Please come on, man. We about to go in, man, on these fake RBGs, man. These fake Pan-Africans. Ain't never gonna move to fucking Africa, but every 5 seconds got something to say about Africa, man. What the hell do these dudes know about Africa? They don't want to go to Africa. These dudes ain't never gonna go to Africa. Gonna be talking that same old sad story for the next. I mean, some of these dudes are almost 50, 60, 70 years old. Ain't been to Africa yet. Ain't repatriated yet. But still rocking a goddamn Marcus Garvey flag, man. Come on, brother. Me and you agree on this. Yeah, I don't want to, but me and you agree on this, bro. These dudes are rocking these red, black, and green flags. That's why my flag, it's the Ethiopian flag. Because Pan-Africanism is just something that is just not feasible. The people on the continent do not want Pan-Africanism. Isn't it clear? They stick amongst and they hang amongst their own tribes. See, we represent the red, gold, and green. And the gold stands for the gold on the mother continent that we need to be fighting for. Oh, man, look at this. Oh, wow, I have a guest. Hold on, let me add him to the stream real quick. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are live.
Hey, how you doing there, Craig?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, brother. How are you? Well, you got
I'm all
something playing
right.
in the background, loud as hell.
Oh, hold on. Let me put it on mute. I always watch these court shows early in the morning.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes,
Remind
sir.
me of the.
Man, are you there?
Okay.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thizzy.
Well, no, well, not to be honest with you, brother. Yeah, there was something that I was gonna do. I'm just talking about man, I keep forgetting the damn topic, but the fact, well, okay, all right, where we at now, brother? What do you think, man? These RBG dudes, these Pan-African dudes, these pro-black dudes. I mean, these dudes who, for the last 40 or 50 years, been talking about they gonna repatriate to Africa. When the hell are you going, man? You know, they're not going back to Africa. They're gonna be in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and would never go to Africa, but because they scared. I mean, God, man, damn, bro.
You
I
talking
want
about
to.
leaving the comforts of your home and going to a foreign place, and you really don't know how that's going to turn out. You really don't know. It's up in the air, and you want to pack up, and because you have this delusion, this fantasy in your mind, because there's no help in Africa. Once you get to Africa, there's no EBT cards, there's no Social Security. There, you got most of these people that actually go to Africa, they got their economics in check. Nobody goes to Africa broke. Most of these people that go, they got money. Jay-Z and Beyonce go because they got money. Most of these people go because they got money, and a lot of them even establish friendships with some of these people before they actually go. They have a working relationship or something with some of these people. They just don't pack up their family and go. It's been done, but again, like I said, a lot of brothers and sisters, they have money. They're not going over there broke.
I mean
And
these RBG dudes, man, these Pan African dudes that they love Marcus Garvey. When I heard Marcus Garvey had boats that weren't worth a goddamn. I mean, man,
they
come
wasn't.
on, man. Oh
I
man,
mean,
speak
that's
on that just real quick, brother.
yeah, but unfortunately, that's the reality of it. That they invested in these boats, and they had all the brothers and sisters in the UNIA. They bought stock into these boats, but they never seen the actual boats. They saw a pretty picture, on a pamphlet. They didn't see the actual boat. The actual boats, the first, to my knowledge, was two, and there was some broke down, raggedy boats that wasn't even seaworthy actually, and they never made a profit. They never made a profit. I don't even know if they made any trips. They never made no profit. And towards the
Brother.
end,
Oh, yeah.
look,
Yes, sir.
and towards the end, this man actually bought a third boat, the same quality, same quality boat. They just,
Hey, brother, what would you
they
say
just,
to those who? No, no, I don't mean to cut your wisdom, brother, man. Man,
yeah,
you're a wise man, wise owl, bro. That's what we need up in the community, a wise owl. But what I'm saying, okay, well, no, the next question is like, why do these dudes act like Marcus Garvey is their God? Like Marcus Garvey is their Jesus. I'm
yeah.
talking about don't say nothing bad about Marcus Garvey, bro. You feel me?
Okay, look,
Yeah.
look. Like I've been around a long time, right? Okay. My first experience with Pan Africans or the Pan African mindset, it was hell. Even a lot of people in the Nation of Islam was Pan African. Pan African simply meant, like we talked about on our last video that we did together, it was simply trying to get the brothers and sisters on the continent together. That's all. That's all it was. Matter of fact, on the Muhammad Speaks, you had two brothers reaching out to each other across the globe. That represented the Muhammad Speaks, because Elijah Muhammad even taught about us reaching out to the brothers and sisters in Africa, on the other side of the world. We should be reaching out to each other. Of course, we did more reaching than they ever done. I don't, and that's what pisses me off. Okay, I don't mind being your brother or whatever, but it should be what's the word I'm looking for? But anyway, I can't think of the word for nothing in my life, but the same way I reach out to you to be a brother, you should be doing that to me. Here we are, the African Americans, and we are the ones, Africa, reaching out to the continent. Ain't nobody over there doing that with us, and I don't like that. The hell with you. I don't need you like that. Hell, even look, brother Craig, I have biological relatives. I've sent them emails. I sent them physical letters, and they're like they can't write to me or can't even make a telephone call, send a text. The hell with them. These are my biological. I know these are most of them I was raised with. I know these are my biological cousins and people that I'm related to. They don't want to associate with me. The hell with them. So what make you think I'm going to be excited about reaching out to some African people I don't even know? The hell with them. I'm going to stick with the trying to establish something with the so-called nigger in America. And quite frankly, the hell with them too. If you
What do
want to
you
stay a
feel?
slave,
Okay, I'm sorry, but go ahead,
yeah.
brother.
If you want to
I
stay
was
a
gonna ask another
slave,
question.
yeah. If you want to stay a slave, you want to stay in this condition that you're in, that's fine with me too. I'm not going to go around begging people for their love. What's wrong with us? We run around here. You see somebody, you know, like some woman we chasing. You see that woman don't have no interest in you. Why you keep chasing her like that? She even making fun of what you look like and trying to put you down and whatever. I love her. The hell with her. She can kick rock. Even my Terry Ellis I talk about all the time. If I found out that she had some kind of nasty, funny attitude, that she can kick rocks. I don't give a damn about you like that. So
Hey,
you can roll out.
hey, brother Taalik, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. We've already established, man, both of us, that we come from some tribe
Yeah.
on the continent. I mean, and see, but those ancient people though. That's why I always what you saying, man. Like we always trying to, we want to live like ancient people live. No, those were way back 2 and 3 thousand years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing today? Like, so, but all right, man. I'm just wondering at this point, like, what's your thoughts on these dudes too that would say, I mean, these RBG dudes and these Pan African dudes that would say, you're speaking blasphemous. I mean, and you know, Pan Africanism is their Bible. Marcus Garvey is their Jesus Christ, their savior figure. And they would
Yeah.
say that you're speaking blasphemous because you're telling the truth. I've had
Mm-hmm.
dudes tell me that just because, man, remember when I did my Dark Side of Africa videos
Yeah.
and told the truth about Africa. I had dudes hit me up talking about, oh man, I ain't feeling that video because they don't want the truth. Yo, there's certain places, but none of them have ever packed up and repatriated back. Since
Mm-hmm.
they claim that's what it's about. They sit over here in America and talk that shit, but they're not gonna go
Mm-hmm.
over to Africa. I mean, man, come on, bro. Like this stuff got to be torn down, man. We gotta. I mean, that mindset, man. I mean, but I understand like the feel good rhetoric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, brother, feel good. The pretty speeches and
You're right.
pretty performances, and you know what I'm saying? Like everybody wants to. I mean, especially like these pro-black guys. But yeah, man, tell me something about Alquan. You told me something. Alquan got
Oh
checked
man.
last night.
Man, it was so I felt sorry for the brother myself. He seriously messed up. Look, I don't know if you're familiar with Sister Nandy,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but he came on Sister Nandy channel. Matter of fact, she was one of the people that Sister Noble recruited, to try everybody gunning for me. They want to bring Angel Snuffing Up down. And they did tear down my channel. Sonetta did. He got in the paw. They false flagged my channel. It don't make any difference, Craig. I'm still cool. I'm still strong. I'm still the mighty one, still doing my thizzy. It ain't stopped nothing. But I know that makes a lot of folks upset. And Soul Liberation Day still got the same kind of views it always got. It didn't stop nothing. It's still, matter of fact, Soul Liberation Day speech. I don't know what it is, but out of all my videos, people seem like they just at least want to hear the Soul Liberation Day address. So
I heard Omega Courtney was on Soul Liberation Day.
Well, she was so upset. She said, "Brother, you didn't invite me to Soul Liberation Day." I'm like, "Sister, we was going through."
Yeah.
I said, "Sister, we was going through the purge. We was getting rid of a lot of folks and going through all that kind of stuff."
brother Maurice Muhammad? Was he? Well, what's been going on with him? I ain't been hearing nothing from him lately. I didn't see him on Soul Liberation.
He's gonna be on the scene. He's getting well. He was fighting COVID.
Oh wow, man! Sorry to hear that.
And it was whooping him up.
Oh man!
But he's almost well now. He told last message that I got from him. He said, "Bro, I'm ready to get back into the game."
That's what I always say, bro. Man, we're African people, man. Just like we fighting COVID and 2021 leading to 2022, man. Look at the people on the continent, man, fighting malaria.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, and that is a killer, a blind killer.
It is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's rough. It's rough stuff.
Man, oh my God.
But your boy Alquan, he screwed up big time last night because he as you know, he always mess with me all the time. That's his thing. He been messing with me for years. He wanna degrade the Mississippi campaign. Anything that I say, anything that I do, he wants to tear it down, and he wants to do it in the public, show how smart he is over me, right? Okay, so he thought he had his chance last night, which he did. Nandy gave him his chance, and I spoke my little piece, and he in a hurry. He ready to expose me. He ready to, but I wouldn't let him do it. I kept interrupting him. He said, I let you talk. I don't give a damn what you let me do. I hate your, I went off on him. I hate your faceless ass. I don't have no respect for you, piece of trash. I went off on him. And finally gave him a chance to speak. Huh? Okay.
I made you yeah.
Okay. And finally, we gave him a chance to speak. And I was quiet. But the first thing that came out of his mouth, he said that I invited him to Soul Liberation Day. I don't know which one it was, 2018, 2017. Well, it had to be 18 or 19. So, and he said, I paid him to speak. I don't pay nobody to speak. There's only one person that I would pay to speak, and I can't afford it. That's Minister Farrakhan. That's because I want to get him in person to blast his ass.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
That's the only person I would pay to speak so I can get his ass. I put him on the spot. But Alquan talk about I paid him $50 to speak at Soul Liberation. No, I gave you $50. I don't know if you remember, Brother Craig.
At the kindness of your heart, though. At the kindness of your heart. Because you have always been one who has, I mean, man, you put your money where your mouth is. You've donated to the people, man. You've helped the people.
Yeah.
You've done great deeds for Black people. But see, these other dudes, like you said, man, they was jealous of what you had donated and done for me. They was jealous, man. They didn't want to see, man, us build a strong union, a strong bond. And get this radio station, man, going. They didn't want to see that.
No.
That's why they put so many, so many hurdles up in the way, man. And then Dr. Umar Johnson, oh my God, that dude, he's a charlatan. Man, I still love his message though, but man, even Dr. Umar.
That's not to say, people get that messed up. Just because he's a little on the foul side doesn't mean that he doesn't speak a lot of different truths, because he does.
Yes, sir.
Minister Farrakhan, I listen to Minister Farrakhan. Well, not lately, because he's sick and he might be on his deathbed right now, but who knows? But I listen to Minister Farrakhan. That's not the point. The point is these people do some foul stuff. It's just simple as that. They do some foul. They do good things, but they also are foul. But the people that follow them don't want to hear the foul part. Only thing they want to hear is the praise part. Like Marcus Garvey was a good person, and he probably did to the best of his ability, but at the same time, was a lot of foul stuff going on, a lot of incompetent stuff. Now, I can't say whether or not that a lot of this stuff was done on purpose. Some of this stuff was done because people just incompetent. They really don't know what they're doing. They're just trying.
Man, you ever heard of Leonard P. Howell? Leonard P. Howell. Leonard P. Howell.
It seemed like I heard the name, but I'm not really familiar.
Yeah, he was in Jamaica and stuff, man. Them brothers at that time, man, was going through. Man, this is why my flag or whatever, man. Those brothers in Jamaica, but we can't. I mean, they weren't going through nothing worse. They had to go hide off into the hills. They were going through nothing worse than our ancestors, Kunta Kinte. And I don't know. Do you believe Kunta Kinte was a real person, or no? Or his character was just bait? Go ahead, brother.
Let me get back. Let me get this Alquan crap out the way. Then we can get back to Kunta Kinte. Basically, to make a long story short, Alquan claimed on Nandy's show that I paid him to speak at Soul Liberation Day, and I wouldn't let him go no further. I said, "You're a damn lie." He said, "Yes, you did." I said, "That $50 that I gave you was for a raffle." Matter of fact, I had gave away $6,000 that year. I gave 1,000 to my audience, the people in the raffle, and I spent the other $5,000, gave some to my relative, gave some to strangers, just handed it out. That the $6,000. I worked for that just to give it away. I got on the truck and I just worked for a few weeks to raise that money. I said, I want to give away $6,000. And that's what I did. Because Brother Craig, look, I'm single. I don't have no children. I'm making good
How's
money.
That truck work? How's that truck work, though? I mean, is it hard work? Working on that truck?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because I can have good days or good weeks where I feel like, damn, I'm getting free money. I mean, that's just how easy the work is. But then Brother Greg, you can have those days like you wish you was dead, like everything go wrong. It's just messed up. Especially when you're talking about driving in bad weather. Because I was thinking about probably going back on the road, but I'm not going to go back on the road in bad weather. It's wintertime, snow and ice getting ready to come. I'm not doing that. But to make a long story short, again, this was the accusation. And he said, let me talk. I said, I'm not going to let you talk. You're going to prove your lie first. Show us the email. Show us the proof that I gave you $50 for speaking. And Sister Nandy wouldn't let him go no further either. She said, man, just show us the proof. Show us the email. Because, it's a possibility that I did invite him to Soul Liberation Day, but I didn't pay you a damn dime. It's for a raffle. Okay. And, Guy Nollywood Jr. made a video about that. And I got that on my channel, on one of my channels.
Yeah, that would be my next question. What's your issue? I mean, can the beef ever be squashed? Well, I agree with. But let me just get it all out.
I would say that it's a possibility. I can say that.
Yeah, let me just get it all out. I'm just saying that we as African people, including you, we've always been a tribal people, and your tribe. And I don't even know where the hell you come from, because what I'm saying, you ain't never took a DNA test to show what country on the motherland. But you don't believe in DNA. But I'm just saying, though. You look just like.
It's not that I don't believe in DNA.
Yes, sir.
It's not that I don't believe in DNA. This is your problem. DNA technology hasn't risen to the point where it can tell you the things that these people are claiming. It doesn't. The best thing that DNA can tell you is what is happening in modern times. It cannot go back hundreds and thousands of years. The technology has not reached to that point. But even so, the technology that they do have, it would tell you in a lot of these tests, you're not no full-blooded nothing. You're a little bit of this and you're a little bit of that. And another thing that these Pan-Africans don't like talking about is the fact all those people on that continent are not the same. You can take a picture. You can take a picture of somebody from Somalia and somebody from the Congo. Those people do not look the same at all, period. You could tell, but they both from Africa. They do not look the same. I used to work with brother and sisters from the Congo and Somalia. They do not look nothing the same, period. You could tell the difference between the two, and they both Africans. Pure. Yes, well, I don't know how pure.
There's no such thing as
Well, this is the thing about purity is this here. Okay. As long as you, like, for instance, I use German Shepherds for an example. Okay. This is how they try to keep up with the purity of German Shepherds. You got to have papers to show that the male and the female come from the German Shepherd lineage. They are German Shepherds. There's no mixing.
But a German Shepherd is a mixed breed. They mixed up a wolf dog. He got a little bit of wolf dog in him and a little bit of other dog. A German Shepherd is, but they call him a pure. Yeah, he's a hybrid already. Just like
he's a hybrid already. See, that's what I'm that's what I'm saying with the so-called Negro in America. We are a hybrid. We are made up of these other people, but we just like the German Shepherd. We become our own breed. See what I'm saying? You could say that we're Africans we're African hybrid. But you can't even really say that because in America, there was already dark-skinned people here. And common sense tell you which is cheaper. If you're in business, don't you think that it's cheaper to use the people that's here already, or you going to go through all the trouble and the expense of grabbing people from overseas and bringing them here? Which one is cheaper? It's cheaper.
Yeah, just use the people here. What do you think about what Chief X said? What Chief X said, man, that we are tropical Africans, bro. I mean, I watched that video that we were tropical. We're tropical people.
And he talked about when he went to Africa, he stepped on the soil and he could feel the ancestors on his. No, sir. Only thing you felt on your feet was some damn dirt. You ain't felt no damn ancestors. People are dead. Ain't nobody gonna feel you. You know, I'm so sick of all this old, stuff like that. Pretend imagination stuff. And I made about 4 or 5 videos and made sure that I put his name in the video. I want to challenge you on your tropical African stuff. That's bull crap. That's bull crap. How the hell did these tropical Africans even get over here to begin with? And even if a few did get over here, it's not to the point where they even affected the Negro population. They were not the original breeding stock. The original breeding stock. Look, the original breeding stock. Common sense tells me the original breeding stock had to be people that was already here, and then later on, I mean, because it's documented.
Yes, sir.
Then they brought people from the islands, and they brought people from Africa, and blah blah blah. That's documented. I can't argue with that. But the original breeding stock was these natives that was already here. Also, this was going on for 300 years. During that period of time, these Peckerwoods done raped the hell out of us too. We all messed up.
Yeah, but then on top of that, bro, okay, let me say 2 things real quick. The first thing I'm gonna say, Chief X is a mixed breed.
Yeah.
He don't. Okay, hold up, brother. Let me get it all out. First, I got 2 things to say. First of all, Chief X don't look like no African. Chief X looks like a mixed breed. You look more purebred than him. He's a mixed breed.
And the Africans tell me that.
Yes, sir. Right. So Chief
the
X
people
is
on the continent that I've been around call me African brother almost immediately. They said either I'm from the islands or I'm from Africa. That's what when I meet those people, that's what they think. They think I'm one of them.
All you gotta have is the accent. If you have the accent,
that's all I gotta do. Just do the accent, and I'll be accepted. Give me an African woman real quick.
Yeah. So Chief X, man. You know what I'm saying, man. He's definitely a mixed breed. He's not a purebred nothing.
No.
He's like you say, man. He's a Negro born. And man, I don't know, man. Okay, the second thing that I will say on air, and I almost forgot about this, but yeah, I did my lineage, and it showed that I have a purebred Nigerian woman who was raped by Britishmen. You know what I'm saying? In the 1800s, was raped by the British, and all that type of shit. That's why I'm so fucking fair skinned, because that's why, man. Bro, every time I hear something about a black woman willingly laying down with the doggone white man, that disrupts my soul, because I know I come from a lineage of women who were raped by white men during slavery. That's why, man, that stuff, man. Oh my God, that does something to me, man. I'm gonna pass the mic over to you, bro. Big bro.
Yeah, we're gonna go back. We never finished our Alquan story. Let me finish the Alquan story so we can go somewhere else. What Alquan done, he went to find I already told the audience that the money that I gave Alquan was for a raffle. And he's claiming I'm telling a lie. It was to pay him. I'm going to give him money to speak. Okay. So he looked up. Now he looked up. I already had the video. I found the video link to what guy Nollywood Jr. had done. But he screen shared his email, and the first thing that popped up was, "Congratulations, you won a raffle." You know, Sister Daddy started going off, "Get your ass off my damn channel, get your," you know, people was like, you know, these people tell so many lies. I believe they actually believe the lie. They done told it for so long. They actually believe the lie that they tell. And he got all caught up. It was really embarrassing. It was really pathetic, but it looked good for us because I was telling the truth. There's no reason for me to tell a lie. But going back to the Kunta Kinte thing. Now, if you notice, now Kunta Kinte, they say that that's a fictional story. Okay, cool. But it's still based on real life events. Okay, so Kunta Kinte had a baby with the Negro. Now, if you notice, they never called Kunta Kinte a Negro. They call him African, you know, associated with the continent. They never referred to Kunta Kinte as a Negro. They referred the others that was already here, they referred to them as Negroes or nigger. And then they, of course, they did call Kunta a nigga after they start breaking them down or whatever, but he was a wild African. And then he had a baby, Kizzy, with a Negro. And to my knowledge, you may be familiar with the story too, but I don't remember Kunta Kinte calling Kizzy an African. He taught her his side of the family, but he didn't say you are African.
They whooped Kid, man, from the movie. I don't know if the movie on Roots is correct. I'm talking about just the Kunta Kinte scene. They whooped, man, Kunta Kinte. Oh my God, man, I feel sorry for the brother. They whooped that brother every time I see that scene, the remake and the original.
Yeah,
man, every time I see that scene, man, that brings tears. It brings so much hatred. I mean, to see how they did our people, man. Yeah, that brings hatred. So I don't know, man. But what I'm saying, the man that's whipped like that, like they whipped Kunta Kinte, man. What the hell, man? He had been broken. He had been broken.
Mm-hmm.
He broke him down.
I mean,
what is a man supposed to do?
I mean, Kunta Kinte didn't have too much of a choice. Either he was going to live or he was going to die. You know, and the only way he was going to live, he had to submit. Because otherwise they would have just killed him. You know, no big deal. They just would have killed him. And he decided, you know, look, nobody is immune to pain and suffering. It takes a strong heart to say, look, I'm just going to die. I'm going to let these people just whoop me until I die.
Yeah, not that type of pain, bro. That horse whip, bro. I mean, what they was doing to our people up on slavery, what they did to Kunta Kinte, man, whooped them with a goddamn horse whip, man.
That thing cuts into your flesh.
Ah, shit, man.
It's like getting cut with a knife.
So now, with that being said, bro, the last question that I really have for you, because, bro, trust and believe, I've been following you for years. I know all about the stuff that you say. But since I call myself Master Supremacy, and I've heard you say that Black folk, all we want to do is just be want to be like the white man. We want to be the what do you call it? Okay, to enslave white people. Because I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Why the reason I call myself Master Supremacy is because yes, I would enslave white people. I would have white people picking cotton. I would lynch white people. So yes, I want to do to those as what they have done to my people. Yes. That was another thing I wanted to bring up. Because I remember you used to always talk about that. You used to always have an issue with people that talk about supremacy. Man, we want to do unto those what they have done unto us. Yes, I would have white folks picking tomatoes, picking cotton as a slave. I would be the overseers. I would lynch white people. Yes, I would. I would do to them as what they done it to us. Man, look at what they did to Brother Medgar Evers. Look at what they did to brother Martin Luther King Jr. Shot Martin Luther King Jr. dead.
Well, actually,
Shot.
well,
Yes, sir.
actually, technically, it's not a we. It was a certain group of individuals and persons. Because if it was we, it would be the United States government, and the people would be supporting the United States government. And really, see, this is what gets me. If the white man is so evil and wicked as they claim, then why didn't he just exterminate all the slaves? Wouldn't even have to deal with this problem with us at all. As soon as they decided no more slavery, either we kill them or send them to Africa or wherever. I don't give a damn. Just get them. They just got to get the hell out of here. Why didn't they do that?
Because
why didn't they?
Well, I'm answering your question, bro.
But see, to keep you here, see, for me, it's going to be a problem, and it is. It's a problem. It's going to be an ongoing problem. Let's nip it in the bud. We kill every last one that we find. We send them to Africa or back to Jamaica. The system wouldn't work. The system wouldn't work like that, though, bro. Capitalism, white American capitalism. Okay, like Brother Malcolm talked, there has to be an oppressed for there to be an oppressor. They was bringing in slaves. They brought in to be a master. They don't need you no more. They was bringing in immigrants from Europe, and they was coming by the boatloads every day. They don't need you. But would you agree with this? There has to be a slave to be a master. There has to be a slave for there to be a master. There has to be an oppressed for there to be an oppressor. Come on, bro. That system will fall apart if they killed us all. The problem is they don't need you. They got immigrants. Like right now, they got people from all over the world coming here every day. They don't need you. They didn't even need you then. You was replaced by those immigrants coming from Europe by the boatloads every day. They don't need you. I know me as an individual. They don't need me as an individual. No, I'm sorry. They don't need us as a people. They don't need us. They don't need you. Oh, so if they don't need us, they got all the tools to dispose of us. But they can do that. No. They can do that right now, today. Why don't they do it? That's my thing. If they such devil and want to kill you like that, look, see, this is what you have to understand. They want you to be underneath their leg. That's what underneath their wings. Let me explain something. Yes. Slavery was about economics. It was not about. They used the racial thing, skin color, to justify. They used religion to justify. They used science to justify. But slavery was about money. It wasn't about, I hate you, just like a cow. Oh, I hate cows. Cows make me sick. No, cows is about money. It's about making milk, selling beef. That's what raising cows is about. It ain't about hating the cow. Slavery was about economics. They used the hate thing, the dislike thing, the race thing to help justify and get the people on board to support it. That's what it was about. It's about money. Because the ones who was making the money wasn't talking all that crazy stuff. They was counting their green dollars. They wasn't involved in all that stuff. But just like what Dr. Umar Johnson says, man, look at how much money we spend on Christmas. Look at how much money Black people spend on Christmas, spend on Thanksgiving. The American economy would collapse if they eliminated all Black people. Look, see, this country was doing Christmas, Thanksgiving wasn't always celebrated. They just started celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving in the late 1800s. Without Black people, wouldn't Walmart collapse? And guess what? Stock, they were celebrating. Yes, they were celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving, and Negroes was slaves. So how was you? You know, there was no economics. You weren't involved in the economics of Christmas and whatever. Look, see, this is another thing you have to understand. These blackity black type folks, whatever, they spin their own narratives and they sell. It's not always, everything that they sell is not always true. Like the transatlantic slave trade. I'm not saying that a transatlantic slave trade never happened because it's documented. I know. But on the level that they talking about, no. They show the same old papers all the time. No new papers, no new document. This is one thing you can just guaranteed about white people. White people document. They put their stuff down on paper.
Yes, sir.
And we should see more than the paperwork that we see all the time. If the transatlantic slave trade, they had all these slaves coming back and forth from Africa to America on that large scale, it should be endless paperwork. But you don't see that. Also,
yeah, I agree with you. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but also, do you know how many boats that it would take in order to pull this off every day going back and forth?
I was gonna throw this out here too. Yep. Yeah. That's exactly where I'm going. Remember what Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad said? 200 million died in the Middle Passage alone. Like, damn, those are some high numbers. Well, go ahead,
it was 100. No, I thought it was 100.
Oh, okay, 100. Okay, well, let's go there. 100 million up in the transatlantic slave trade died in the Middle Passage alone. Wasn't it how many boats would that take?
Right.
I mean, 1 million? I mean, I don't know, bro.
The best you can do on a boat, the maximum, I think, is 100 people on a boat. That's the maximum each trip that they could do. And remember, most of these people, according to the story, most of them not even going to make it. So by the time they make it to America, maybe only 40 or something, maybe only 40% survive.
But no, not these. No, okay. Well, you're talking about the boat that they had, the technology that they had during the time period. Because they claim that they packed us like sardines. I mean, like it was, and then like
Craig,
you say, yes, sir. Go ahead.
We can do a simple experiment on that. Get your family, I don't know how many it is of you, and cram yourself into the bathroom, just the bathroom, and see how long you and your family can stay in that bathroom all cramped up. And actually you will be more comfortable in your bathroom than the people on the boat, because remember, they all chained up next to each other, according to the story. They chained up
defecating.
Right.
Defecating, urinating, sisters having miscarriages, periods.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, whoa. That story is crazy.
And they don't even pack animals that way, all chained up or whatever. And look, that boat bouncing around like that on those heavy seas, if you chain that shaking and back and forth will break people's limbs off, because you have nowhere to go, and that boat throwing you, you're not secure. In order for them to make a safe trip, they have to actually secure those people down. And the way they were shackled to the boat, when that boat is rocking back and forth, it'll break people's limbs off.
So we've been here before Columbus. Bro, I want to make sure, man, that you upload this video, man, to your channel, because you got more viewership than me. But so we've been here before Columbus, what you would say. I mean, what I'm saying, black.
It just to me, it's about using your common sense. Common sense tell us, and if you're a historian, I've seen some of the early pictures or paintings from the early explorers that came here. Those people, those natives, just as dark, and even had the same type of customs or whatever, just like Africans. Matter of fact, they did call them Africans. They called the native people here at one time or another. They called them Indians. They called them Africans. They also called them black. They called them Negro, the natives that was here.
Yeah, Christopher Columbus even said that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Wow, this story is crazy. Okay, but with all that being said, right, I'm just trying to figure out, like, man, do we have an origin? I mean, like the best I know us, you know what I'm saying, to the best of our ability, man. I mean, well, man, I want to take it back to that. Okay, yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I'm saying that we should just accept who we are. We are not the original stock. We're not the original stock. We are the consequences of hundreds of years of inbreeding. Remember, look, whew, Craig.
But I mean, man, millions of years.
Look,
I mean, hundreds of years of inbreeding, right?
now
But
look at this.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Look at this. Okay, first of all, the people on the continent of Africa, we already talked about it. They're not the same. They're different people. They don't look the same. It's over 700 different tribes. There's 52 nations. Those people, all kinds of languages on the continent, they're not the same. Okay, we already established that.
Yep.
It's the same thing when it comes to the natives that was here. They're not the same either. All those people that was here, they're not the same either. So what happened during slavery is these people, because of slavery, they was all rounded up or whatever. They was forced to interbreed with each other, who they never messed with. But because of slavery, they was forced to interbreed. So the first intermixing was simply the native mixing with themselves that was here already. Then, of course, that cracker, he was raping them early in the game. They've been raping us for who knows how long.
We're okay. Earlier than that. When were we? Okay, go ahead, bro.
And then later on, they did import other dark-skinned people here, and they mixed with the natives that was here. The white man was raping all of us, and after a certain period of time, produced what we call the Negro.
Yes, sir. How and when were we created as a people? I mean, well, okay,
I don't know exactly.
Okay,
I don't know exactly when.
You have any idea? Any guess?
I really don't.
I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about slavery. I'm not talking about Africa. I'm talking about I'm talking about 1,000,000 years ago, bro. Now we gonna get off the religion.
I don't know. I don't even know and don't really care to even go back that far.
You don't even care how you were. How did your lineage? Do you know how far your lineage goes back? You don't even care.
I don't even care because. In the grand scheme of things, as long as you are dominated, as long as you are oppressed, as long as you are under the foot of another man, it really means nothing.
That's only been for, okay, brother, but listen, that's only been for what? The last 500, 600 years by the white man, in the last like 2,000-3,000 years by the Arab. But I'm talking about 200,000-300,000 years ago. You don't think it don't matter. You don't care. You don't want to know where you come from. I'm talking about.
For me, that's not my priority. Yes. For me, that's not my priority. That's the priority of scientists and educate people, genealogists, people who are involved in that. That doesn't mean for me. That's not my top priority. It would be nice to know, but that's not my top priority. I don't care nothing about that stuff. It don't mean nothing to me. I want to get out of jail. I want to get out of this jail once and for all. That's the top priority. And that's another thing. That's another thing that we get caught up in other stuff, but we haven't accomplished the real goal. The real goal need to be, I'm in jail. How do I get out? I need to get out of jail. Because it don't mean nothing if you're not free. You're not living your own life.
But the question becomes now, since we on that, okay, would you say, yes or no, that you are living a better life in America than you would be back in the back on the continent? I mean, okay, well, is the African Americaners living a better life here underneath? They got free health care, welfare. Like, do you think in certain places in Ethiopia, man, you see, there are villages up on the continent that don't even have running water.
No,
they don't have running water. What I'm saying, I'm not trying to make mockery or nothing of the continent. I'm just saying, you seen those commercials? Just donate $1 or something to an Ethiopian baby. So what I'm saying is, do you think that Black folks, what we classify today as Black folks, they're doing better here up underneath the American white man, or would they be doing better off in Africa? For the most part, that's what I'm asking.
Well, at this moment in time, I mean, common sense tell you that we're better off and doing better here in America, because those people just don't have it going on like we do. Matter of fact, they are willing to risk their lives to come here. So, I mean, if you could use an EBT card in Africa, maybe a lot of these folks would get up and go if they could have the same comfort. See, that's the thing about it. Even the Negroes that do go to Africa, they still going to places that basically have the same type of lifestyle in Africa that they live in America. They're not going there and living under traditional African customs. They want to drive cars. They don't want to eat no damn antelope, all that strange food. They want to go to a part of Africa where basically those Africans are trying to live European lifestyle.
The good parts. Yeah, only the good parts. That's why I point that out. In the dark side of Africa, only the good parts. You never hear none of these Pan-African scholars or these Pan-African teachers. They don't go up into the places in Africa that are at war. There's still slavery still exists.
Sure do. That's right.
Hell yeah. They never go to those type of places. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, man, it's just a shame. That's why. Yeah, like man.
That's such
go ahead.
That's such for Uhuru guy. You never see him go where in Africa where they having some kind of real problem, or where the people are actually trying to practice traditional lifestyle. He don't go to those places. He go to the places where he can get some African fast food on the street, all that stuff like that.
Tourist. He goes to Africa as a tourist with a round trip ticket.
Ticket, right.
Yeah. And he comes back over here and, benefits from American white, pink American, whatever we're going to call it. Pink American luxuries. Then goes up to Africa and he goes and shows the foods that he eats and all that type of stuff, but then comes back over here up into his nest of America. You know what I'm saying? Because see, they would treat you different on the continent. I know this for a fact. See, once you're as a tourist, they're gonna treat you better because a lot of those brothers over there, man, they're doing what they gotta do. Like I'm not even gonna hate on them for like trying to scam. But the thing is that they want your American dollar. They want search for Uhurus. They want his American dollar. So they'll treat him nice. But the moment he moves over there completely, man, it's gonna wear off real soon. Trust me. And then he gonna really get the brunt of what it is to really be an African. They never go like even Dr. Umar Johnson, any of these guys, they don't go over there to where there's conflict in Ethiopia at the Tigray region. They don't go to over there up in the borders of Cameroon and Nigeria. They don't go. Man, these dudes be trying to make up excuses of what goes on as far as like with the what do they call that? The oh my God, what's the word that I'm thinking of? When they call you foreigners. Okay, well, let me just say this. What do they call it? There's a term for that. To where, oh my God, it's to where, oh my God. But all right, the thing is, man, like I've spoken and I've seen and I've watched a whole lot of Native Africans, and man, they will call. Not only would they call a Cameroonian would look at a Nigerian, somebody that's right next door, as being a foreigner. So what do you think they're gonna think about the African American that comes over there? We're foreigners. We're not them. Yeah. They don't look at us as them. They don't. And they got that one thing, what do they call that, man? I cannot think right now to where, it's just hatred on like people like South Africans are fighting Kenyans.
Yeah, I know what the word you're looking for, but I can't think of it either.
Damn, I cannot think of it. But these Pan-Africans, man, these dudes, they never really tell the truth. That's one problem I always had with them. And not only that, they don't tell the truth, and they're not in Africa either, and they ain't never been to Africa. And if they go to Africa, it's just going to be for a visit as a tourist. They're going to go into the tourist spots. They're not going to go over there and move over there. It takes only the brave that would do that. But these dudes on YouTube with this Pan-African BS is what I call it. Nah, man, they're not authentic. They need to leave that alone, man, because if you're not going to go to Africa and live, then there's no, I mean, why are you talking about Pan-Africanism and repatriation? Remember, Marcus Garvey, he died in a European country.
Sure did.
Didn't die in Africa. And he was supposed to be the main one. I'm talking about, xenophobia is the word that I was thinking.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, xenophobia. Xenophobia. But you never hear these Pan-African dudes even speak on that type of stuff, man. They're just, they have a couple African friends over here in America. They eat at some African restaurants. Then all of a sudden you a damn expert on Africa.
Right.
But and then you can't even question them. Because you got to also take into account, why are these people from Africa coming over here to America if it's so great on the continent? So just because you have some African friends who moved over here to the white man's America, and you eat at a few African restaurants, but ain't never been to Africa, ain't never going to Africa. I know dudes 50 and 60 and 70, 80 years old still talking that shit. If you was 60, 70 and you still ain't been to Africa, man, well, there's a time, man, to just quit it. Just stop it, man.
I know that's right.
60 and 70, you're not going, man. If you ain't went to Africa and repatriated back to Africa by 60 and 70, what is it going to take for you to go? All these Pan-African dudes and these RBG dudes, all I ever hear is, oh, man, I'm trying to save up money. So if Africa was so great, shit, you would be able to go over there and make a living.
Absolutely. Right.
What you need to save up money for? Just save up money for a plane ticket and a little bit of money to start off with. It don't take much, $5,000. To start off with, plus a plane ticket. And then you can go over there and repatriate back to Africa. But these dudes are not going to do that. I'm trust and believe some of these RBG dudes and these Pan-Africans, I would donate some money. I would donate for them to get to their 5,000. If they was going to seriously go back to the continent. I mean, but go back over there and stay over there. Don't come back.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, if you saw Pan-African, go over there, stay over there, and don't come back. Get a one-way ticket.
One-way ticket.
And go over there, stay over there, and don't come back.
Right, enjoy yourself.
Go ahead, Brother Taalik. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I mean, you said it all. I mean, go over there and be there. There's Caucasian people that will help you if you promise not to come back or whatever. They will help you get over there. White folks would do it. Get out of our country. There's a lot of white people that would donate to that cause. They'd be happy. Get you out of here. The less Negroes it is, the better. They would support that effort. I would support that effort. I'd be glad when y'all ass is gone, because you no benefit being here. You so in love with Africa, take your ass over there and be with them. But see, this is the thing about it. If I had that mindset, I don't give a damn if I didn't have nothing. I'll make it there. Those African people come here and a lot of them don't even have a dime. The only thing they have is their shirts on their back. And they come here with no money, no nothing. And they're willing to risk their lives. Some of those people have drowned. They've suffocated in the back of trucks trying to get here. Whatever it takes to get here, they're willing to get here. If you so in love with Africa like that, you willing to do the same thing. Get over there, suffer, and then go over there and make it like the people come here and making it. They're not going to do that. So, that's the whole thing is phony to me. I don't like that. It's phony.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, I definitely agree. They're not gonna these RBGs and these blackity black Pan African dudes. They're not gonna denounce their U.S. citizenship.
They're not.
I would donate $1,000. I'm talking about as much as soon as I could. I would put whatever I could put. I would donate $1,000 towards your 5,000 to get you over there, Africa. But you have to stay over there.
Right.
If you're so Pan African. Now, brother, I'm not trying to make mockery or take shots at Africa. My thing is, see, I would go back to the continent, but first of all, the white man owes me my reparations for all the. Okay, see, here's the thing. I would start a GoFundMe, and white folks could they could join up on this one. I need $1 million for all the my family, my descendants, picking cotton, slaves, my Nigerian ancestor who was kidnapped and raped and tortured and brought over here. I need a couple $1 million, and I want a boat. I want a boat ride back. I don't like airplanes. I want to go back the same way you brought my ancestors. But I want my reparation money first. Now, if anybody out here, hopefully Michael Jordan or somebody with a whole lot of money can hear this. If you don't want me here in America, give me my couple of $1 million in reparation money and my boat trip back, and I will be gone tomorrow. And I mean that. I swear on that. Give me my couple $1 million that my ancestors work for, and give me one-way boat trip ticket. I mean, one-way, back to Africa with my millions of dollars, and I would be gone, man. I'll be out of here tomorrow.
Well, that's not going to happen. You know that's not going to happen. They'd rather kill you before they give you $1 million to go anywhere. They'd rather kill you first. It's bullets. They'd rather go to the gun store and buy a couple of bullets much cheaper than give you $1 million.
Yeah, but see, that's what my ancestors were old, man. My ancestor was raped. My ancestors were up in the cotton fields.
Well, these people, even the Negroes, don't give a damn what happened to your ancestors. They said, "Look, I'm living my life. I play basketball, and I'm screwing white women, Italian women. I don't care about you and your damn ancestors."
Wow,
that's the way
crazy.
Negroes be thinking. They don't care nothing about that kind of stuff. And see, this is the type of mentality, because it's really our parents' fault. Because I know, like for me, it was Elijah Muhammad's books and stuff that gave me a heads up on what's the reality of what I was dealing with and facing. My mother, grandmother, grandfathers, none of my people sat with me and said, "Look, this is the South, and we going through Jim Crow. This is Jim Crow. They done killed lots of." They never taught us children nothing. And most of our parents haven't taught their children, and still to this day don't teach their children the history or nothing at all. They just spit us out like we pieces of shit. And if you make it, you make it. You don't, you don't. We on our own. You got to use your brain to try to figure stuff out on your own and blah, blah, blah. They don't teach us. They ain't teaching us nothing.
But you never addressed this one thing that I said about my name, Master Supremacy, because I remember you, bro. And you used to always be against. No, you used to always say, and correct me if I'm wrong, that we should not treat the pinks the way that they have treated our people. So
this is the problem with that.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the problem with that. The problem with that is you're not punishing the ones that need to be punished. You punishing people that ain't do a damn thing to you. You just punishing them. You punishing them based solely on their skin color and not what they done. That's not fair. That's not just.
My people were punished and didn't do nothing.
Well, you need to deal with the ones who actually done it.
What? Why shouldn't I be the same as them then?
Well, then you're not just and you're not fair either. That's not just. I'm a fair person. I'm a just person. I'm not going to hurt you unless you hurt me. You didn't do nothing. If this person didn't do anything to me, why would I turn around? You just like them. You just like them.
Yeah. So, okay, bro, man, see now we debate time. So you love white folk. I don't love white folk. No, I'm just yo, bro, don't take it serious, man. I'm just saying, I'm asking the question, man. Do you love white? I mean, do you? I don't care about white folk. I mean, none of them. I follow Dr. Khalid, Malcolm
And
X,
he was
Black
foolish. They were foolish.
supremacy.
And there was matter of fact, even Elijah Muhammad never even taught that. You treat a person like you want to be treated.
Yeah,
You
I
cannot
agree with it.
you cannot treat people. How you going to hurt somebody that never done a damn thing to you just solely based on the color of their skin? That's not
Man,
fair. That's not just. You need to get the ones that did it. But unfortunately, we can't get the ones who actually were the perpetrators of the crime. It's just
okay,
like
but look, there
if
are some.
if you own the bank,
No,
it's like this. If you own the bank,
yeah,
you own
yeah.
the bank,
hmm
and you couldn't get the one that actually robbed the bank. You gonna punish his children that had nothing to do. They weren't in your bank.
No, I'm not going
Now
to
they might
punish.
benefit.
Yeah, okay. What all I want is my money. I'm not going to punish them, but give me my money back. And if you stand in the way of me getting my money, then yes, you are the same as they are because you are holding
Okay,
on to
I
this
understand
capital
that.
that was stolen. Yes, sir.
Now I understand. I agree with that. I agree with that logic. I agree with that logic. Any cracker that's in the way of me getting reparations, like for instance, this Mississippi campaign, any of them get in the way of making that a reality, I would have a serious problem with. Yes, that's different. But to just punish somebody and they ain't doing nothing to you, I'm not into that. I can't do.
Yeah, no.
It's
Okay,
just like people.
I agree with you there. I agree
Yeah.
with you there. But see, okay, I guess I just want to make sure that my position is clear. All right, reparations is old. So what I'm talking about is there are banks, there are institutions. The American government. Look at how much it prospered off of
Mhm.
slavery. So those who are standing up in the way in Congress, standing up in the way up in these all white juries. No, bro, there is no. I'm not saying I'm not calling them all out, but what I'm
Mhm.
saying, yes, there are still people, even though the original white, I mean pinks, who actually did this to my people are long gone. But there are still people who are benefiting from this, and they are
Right.
standing up in vanguard, you know, um, doing this, man. So yeah, so my hatred is just. I have my
Yeah, it's
hatred
just
is
like this.
just.
It's just like this. Okay, well, America, the government is the perpetrator of the crime. They're the one that made everything legal. So a lot of our attention is toward the government, also to those institutions like banks that was involved in the slave trade and banks and drug companies. It's a lot of people that was involved in the slave trade, and there's organizations that existed prior to what's his name, Yvette Cornell and all those people, and talking about reparations. There's people been fighting for reparations ever since the slaves came off the slave plantation. They've been fighting for reparations, and the problem is the government is not going to. Of course, the government is not going to. They're not interested. I don't care if they gave the Native Americans reparations or who, but they're not going to do it for you. So the thing about Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign is, well, since these suckers, they're not going to, and not and we don't have the power to actually take what we want, then we're going to have to be smart enough to take advantage of the laws and the policies of this nation and get it on your own. And there's nothing they can do because everything is legal. But you have to be smart enough to do that. And so that's what Operation Exodus Mississippi is about. You're going to get your reparations whether they like it or not, but you got to be smart enough and be able to make that sacrifice and be wise enough to do that. But see, that's a big job. And it goes back to what we were saying earlier about these pro-blackity black folks. They don't want that. They want you to stay in the position that you're in so they can benefit, so they can teach you. They don't want you free. They just want you to teach you and give you education and and sell you DVDs and go to debate. That's all they want for you. They don't want an actual, for real change. They don't want that, because if you get into a position where you're doing fine, all these teachings and all this stuff that they represent don't mean nothing. It carries no kind of weight.
Who would
because
you
you're
say?
too busy
Okay.
building.
Yeah. Yes,
All
sir.
this teaching and stuff, all this teaching and stuff is for universities and colleges. The people
would you say-
themselves don't give a damn about all this history stuff.
Yes, sir. I agree with that. Well, what would you say was the last accomplishment that was made to benefit Black people up in this country? I mean, we're not talking about them fake YouTube master teachers, but I'm talking about a real accomplishment. See, you see what I'm saying? Like Dr. Martin Luther King, I can see a real accomplishment being done. Rosa Parks, Nat Turner. I mean, well, Nat Turner did what he did. But, unfortunately, man, he was taken by the powers that be. But, he tried. But what I'm saying is, I mean, legitimate, like, okay, on an everyday basis, like when I just wake up every day, I'm able to go into any restaurant. Of course, there are some restaurants, white folks, they'll make it perfectly plain and clear they don't want my ass up in there. All right.
Right.
But what I'm saying, my people fought for the right, to just be able to sit on the front of the bus, to sit in any seat. I still sit on the back of the bus, unless there's no seats back there, or unless there's some like criminals back there. But what I'm saying is just my people to fight for these type of rights, like rights that you could actually see, that you benefit from, that what our people fought for. Our people fought in slavery. They fought for voting rights or whatever that is. They fought for the end of segregation. I mean, these are things that we actually benefit from today. I could just go to McDonald's. I could go to the movie theater. I don't have to sit up in the peanut gallery. I don't have to, going through the back doors. I'm talking about stuff that you can see that you benefit from. I'm trying to see, that's where my attention has always been. But unfortunately, man, I got sidetracked with all of this old crazy stuff, man, that these dudes are selling out here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
What would you say?
I was part of it, but my
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
I was part of all that for years, but my main focus, of course, was the Nation of Islam. I was part of, Nation of Islam stuff.
What would you say, man? I mean, was the Nation of Islam okay? Let's get into the Nation of Islam. Has the Nation of Islam, first of all, been beneficial in your life, and was it beneficial in the lives of Black people? I just want to see. Should we totally condemn the Nation of Islam? I'm just asking, bro, taking it from somebody who was there. Has it been beneficial? Did it ever?
Yeah.
Was it ever beneficial in your life? And has it ever been beneficial in the lives of Black people?
What must be understood about the Nation of Islam is the name tell you exactly what they are about. It's about converting you to a religion, Islam. They use Black oppression as a selling point in order for you to accept Islam. But they are not a revolutionary organization. They're not an organization of liberation. They are a religious organization, which means the only thing you'll be doing is going from one slave plantation to another. And Elijah Muhammad was the new slave owner, the new slave master. You go to the new plantation, it's all about Elijah Muhammad. And Islam is not our religion. So they want to guide you to become part of the Arab clique, those people in Arabia. So you're just going from one slave master to another. Even I never really tripped off of it because of the explanation the Nation of Islam gave for Master Farad Muhammad being looking like a cracker boy. But they make mockery of white Jesus, but the Nation of Islam had a white image of Jesus that they worship too, because Master Farad Muhammad looked like a white boy.
Yes,
it's the
sir.
same thing.
Okay,
And
yes, indeed.
also,
I'm sticking with that. Yeah.
all the images of the Nation of Islam is light-skinned blacks over dark-skinned blacks. You never see all these images. You always see the light skin over the dark skin, but they teaching
Dr.
blackity black, but that's
Dr.
not what you see. You see, oh well, they of course they got rid of him.
Yeah.
And
Well,
out of their whole history, out of their whole history,
yeah.
Huh?
Now I want to make sure that
out of
you
their
covered
whole
it.
history.
Wasn't that the best that black folks had during that time? That's all I'm asking. I want to make sure that you cover that as well. Wasn't that the best that black folks had during that time of oppression? I mean, man, oh man. I mean, what? Elijah Muhammad was born when? In the 20s? In the late 1800s? When was he born? Because I don't know the history.
Late 1800, 1897,
yes.
I believe.
Wasn't that the best that black folks had during that time? I'm just asking, bro.
Yeah, it actually, I mean, again, it was the best that we could do at that particular moment in time. I mean, everybody played a role. The Black Panther Party, SNCC, even the Marcus Garvey prior to Elijah Muhammad, Noble Drew Ali, all these people doing all these various different things, they served their time and they served their purpose. Unfortunately for us, a lot of this stuff was religious based. A lot of these people was corrupt. And unfortunately, they didn't know what they was doing. I mean, they don't know nothing about what do a slave fresh from the plantation? I talked about this on my Soul Liberation Day. We have to understand that our people basically just was fresh from slavery. We was only, look, during the time of Marcus Garvey, Brother Craig, actual physical slaves were still alive in the 1930s who actually lived a slave life. They were still alive in the 1930s. And the last child of a physical slave died in 2002. So it wasn't that long ago.
Oh man, that's hurtful.
We only look.
You understand why I have hatred up in my heart though. Don't you? I mean, is my hatred not justified?
It's justified, but
I hate them all.
It's justified, but also at the same time, you don't want to be like the oppressor.
I can't love
you don't want to
though,
be like the oppressor.
I hate them all, man. I just want to. I mean, is that too much to ask? To be in a community, up in
what is the benefit,
or a country just of my own people? Is that too much to ask? To where I don't have to deal with their the bigots, man, sticking their nose up in the air because I have a different color of skin. Is that too much to ask to want to be with my own kind and to have hate?
Well, the thing about it is,
yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Well, the thing about it is, that's on us to accomplish and do. We're not, if you want to do that, then it's up to us to accomplish that feat. Nobody is interested. If you're not interested in doing that, don't expect nobody else to do that. And it's also delusional to believe the oppressor is going to help you accomplish that because they like things just the way they are.
When are they going to let us go, though? Like, let us go as a people, bro. The truth is coming out of me, man. When are they going to let us go as a people? Like, goddamn it, I don't want to be around these goddamn people, man.
But that's your opinion.
Yeah.
That's your opinion.
Well, I'm not taking it. Yeah, that's cool. Stay with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay with them. Bro, why can't I get let free? I want to be free from these people, man.
How much work did you do yesterday to get free?
But I don't even know what direction to be working towards. I want to be free from these people. from their governments, their police, their military. I want to be free from these people, man, once and for all.
What did you do yesterday to accomplish that goal?
I don't have to answer. I don't have to answer. I don't even know what to do to get free. What I'm saying.
But then you got people like myself that come out here and we offer Mississippi campaign. We offer a vision and a plan, and then we get laughed and made mockery of. Nobody wants to help.
What help is needed though, bro? Remember, I used to do everything, man, to try to organize to the best of my ability. I just think, I was gonna be honest with you, bro. I just think that, man, it's just way too. That is one big feat. That's like,
that's a big feat.
But a slave back during slavery that he was gonna be free. You know how many black people laughed and they was happy on the plantation? Black people have been trained, man, bred to be slaves. Bro, during the middle of slavery, how many black slaves do you think would have believed that they would have ever been free? Like, what percentage do you... Go ahead, bro.
Look, the reality is the majority of slaves didn't give a damn about being free. They was born into the slave life. This is just how things go. And even the cracker even told them and was teaching them, this is the natural way of life. So they weren't interested. This is how life is. And if you've been in that system for hundreds of years, who wouldn't think that way? Like, this is just how things is. This is just life, how it goes. They've been doing this for hundreds of years. Anybody would think that. I mean, look, I understand talent, and you should, but I guess you wasn't locked up long enough. Look, do you know I had to fight myself to get out of that institution? I really had to every day concentrate. I want to get out of here. I had to keep that on my mind 24 hours a day because I was locked up for so long. I got used and actually sort of liked being locked up. That's the reality. That's the truth of the matter. I mean, I didn't have to work. I basically lived a good, comfortable life. I didn't have to pay no bills. I had made friends. I was like, people like me in that place. I was living pretty decent and good. I got anything that I basically wanted. I mean,
wow.
I just couldn't go nowhere.
They was feeding you well. So was this before or after Minister Farrakhan had you sleeping on pickle barrels up in the basement? Was that? Well, which came first?
I was 18 years old when I was sleeping on pickle barrel.
Also, that was before you was actually put into bondage.
Yeah.
For those 10 years. Oh wow, man. Okay. Oh wow.
Got to the point, like I told you.
That's why I always agree with you. I always agree with what you say. You said, you have no interest in trading a pink slave master for a Negro slave master, man.
It could be worse.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
You put out a video on your channel, and it hurt me. It was a video you put on your channel, and they took them women and children out there and shot them in the head.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that hurt me too. It's still on that other channel. It's still that there? Channel. Yeah, well, okay. That channel, I'm not on that channel. I'm on my new channel that I sent you an email to. They got that channel. That channel's on block for like 2 more days. Yeah, I can't even go live on that channel. But no, this was in Cameroon. This was
Cameroon.
Yeah, there was supposed to be some suspected members of Boko Haram or whatever.
Yeah, something like
that's
that.
on the continent, man. You got all these militants and there's tribalism.
Yeah.
And you get these fake Pan-African dudes over here that act like tribalism doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
But it does. That's why
Craig. Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you do that to a grown woman and she got certain ideas and you want to squash that and you want to kill the grown woman? How can you do that to the child, to the children?
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this though. Okay, do you understand? She was being accused of being a member of Boko Haram. The leader of Boko Haram went up into a school of girls and kidnapped over, I believe, 100 to 200 little baby girls up in school. So she was being accused of being a member of that group, that terrorist organization. So what's one or two little babies when this group that she's affiliated with, there's no telling what type of position that she played up in, that's responsible for taking 200 and 300 baby girls. So are two little babies worth more than hundreds?
Well, I don't know.
I know it sounds really bad though, but you got to do more research and see what she was accused of being a member of. Was a group called Boko Haram, who had went into a school and kidnapped hundreds of babies, baby girls though, African baby girls, hundreds of them.
And this is another thing about those places.
But go ahead.
There's another thing about those places too. Their criminal justice system is probably worse than America's. I mean, and America, you can mess around and have a chance because they'll send you to jail and you might have an opportunity to redeem yourself. But in places like that, once they
you get a fair trial at least over here for the most part. You get a trial. Right. Not to say a fair trial. I take that back. I take that. But over there, it's just a mob. They just send it a mob. And there's another video, man. See, but these Pan-Africans, man, they hate when I put out stuff about the dark side of Africa because they go to talking about we need to tell the good side of Africa. I mean, what for? Yes, we should tell the good side. The good side should be commended. But you have to teach people that Africa is in turmoil. It's not as good as people think it is. But yeah, no, there was 4 elder African women in Kenya who were burnt alive. They were accused of witchcraft of all things. Burnt alive.
Accused of witchcraft.
That video is way too hot for YouTube. YouTube can shut my whole channel down because this shows the actual murders. They were burnt alive just for being accused of witchcraft.
Wow.
Mom, no trial, no nothing. It was just the accusation was made.
Right.
Somebody up in the community who the community respects could just make a false allegation against you. And then all of a sudden, you accused of this shit. And here you got this mob coming to massacre you. You know what I'm saying? There's no justice. They call it mob justice, bro.
Yeah, mob justice. Well, they did that here. They did that here in America too. You know, the Salem witch trials. And most of the time, the victims is women. Most of the time.
Yeah, man. So
but I just want to. My thing is not about right and wrong, but the facts of the matter and trying to be as accurate with the facts as possible. And I'm gonna tell you, people keep telling me why you think the way you think. Well, I was thinking this way for a long time, but then I'm gonna tell you, I said, if you really want to blame somebody for messing my head up or whatever, that really was one of the nails that put it in the coffin for me to cause me to think the way that I think. I said, y'all need to blame Brother Craig. Craig? How you gonna blame Craig? Craig is a Pan-African. Craig taught me about the breeding farms.
Oh yeah. Oh damn. Oh come on. Oh wow. So I'm being. But I taught you about the breeding farms. You didn't know.
I never knew nothing about the breeding farm. You taught me and brought that up and told me about the breeding farm. Okay,
Goodbye, Uncle Tom. Did you watch that movie? Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
Yeah, but you know, so I never tripped off the breeding. I never tripped off of it until you made it. Until you made a specific topic and targeted that, and then I'm saying, wait a minute, because I already was thinking that we're hybrid people. I already was thinking in that direction anyway. But when you talked about the breeding farms, it made it even worse because with the breeding farms, we was made to interbreed with our mamas, daddy, cousins.
Yes.
You know, biologically, we don't even know who we related to for real. That made things even worse. Yeah, and you know, after slavery, when they released us and whatever, a lot of us, we were separated from our biological parents and children and even adults. We adopted other people as family.
You ever heard the quadroon bras? The quadroon bras. Okay, what they used to do. All right, in the breeding farms, the white man. All right, they were doing experimentation, right? And they was creating these, these light-skinned hybrid women. Like they was trying to, they would. It was like a recipe. You mix with a little bit of Irish, a little bit of British, a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of Negro, a little bit of this and that. And you know how we got so many different variations. Like, especially when we talk about these sisters. Like, I mean, these light-skinned, what they call red bone sisters, right? Okay, the quadroon bars, all right, they during the breeding farms or whatever, the white man was trying to make the perfect mix of a woman, a female, that he could go rape and he would find attractive and beautiful. That's why you got all these what they call like foreigns. That's what they call. I mean, they mix with, like, you see, some of these light-skinned sisters or whatever, man, they mix with so much you don't even know. A little bit of Indian, a little bit of that's the white. Okay, so they had something called the quadroon bars, and I want to make sure that this is on the record. You need to look it up to where the slave master or whatever, man, they like you heard of Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemings.
Yeah.
How he was raping Sally Hemings and what I'm saying, doing all that type of stuff with her. But yeah, the white man was trying to create his perfect little sex slave.
Right.
Yeah, so
he could rape a black woman without raping a black woman. A black woman that looked like a white woman, so he could feel better. Okay, this is, he looked like a white woman, but she's really a black woman type thing.
Yeah. He was trying to create a perfect breed, just like they created the pit bull, the German Shepherd. Right. Now we think German Shepherd is being a purebred, but German Shepherd is not a purebred. It got a little bit of wolf dog up in it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a mixture, but now it's been classified as being a purebred. Got a little bit of German Shepherd up in it. Got a little bit of, not a little bit of German Shepherd, but it got a little bit of real wolf.
Right, real wolf.
Up in the German Shepherd. It got a mixture of all different type of, I believe a little bit of husky. The Siberian husky is a mixed breed.
Yeah.
It's a wolf dog. It got a little bit of real wolf up in it as well. It mixed with other breeds of dogs. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I mean, yeah, those breeding farms, man, that right there is something else, man.
Yeah, it was. And like I said, I did not trip off of it. I didn't really pay attention to it. And I saw that movie, like you said, I saw that movie, but I didn't really think about that process or think about it until you actually focus on it. And he was talking about it. I'm like, wow. And then I began to think about, my own family. I got an uncle we used to call Jesse. And for years, I thought that was my Uncle Jesse. And of course, your uncle is your mother's brother. Okay. Come to find out, he's just a good friend of the family. And we call him Uncle Jesse. He wasn't my mother's brother at all. He was just a family friend. But we do that with people. A lot of us do that with people. We adopt friends, close friends of the family, and we call them uncles and aunts and stuff like that.
Wow, you bringing something, man. You really bringing something else up to me now. Now, another problem that I have with the Black community is we not like as close knit as we once were. Like what you just said, what you just spoke on.
Yeah.
How, I mean, man, we used to be a community. All the stories that I've ever heard, Black folks of all people were united because we had nothing else but ourselves.
Right.
But now, since integration and, we got certain Black folk out here that, they could be billionaires like Oprah Winfrey. Not taking no shot at the sister, but I'm just saying we got we got Kevin Samuels. multi-millionaire. We got the Michael Jordans. You could have something now. You could be a millionaire. You could have more of the white American pie. So now we don't have to be close-knit like that no more. How we used to be back in Mississippi. I told you my people come from Mississippi, and there was a time to where you could leave your front door wide open. There was a time here in Michigan where you could leave up in the ghetto, what they classify it now as, but it was never that. You could leave your, as a black person, you could leave your front door wide open.
Sure could.
You did not have to. The least thing you had to worry about was another black person coming up in there stealing from you. Like, yo, I heard stories, bro, and I know this to be fact. You could leave your door open all night. You would have a brother or a sister or just anybody from the black community who would just come up into the house, come in, pour him some coffee, get him a cup of milk, get him a slice of bread, and he wouldn't harm none of you. Wouldn't harm your children, wouldn't harm nobody. Get his little cup of coffee, a slice of bread, or whatever that they ate at the time. Neck bone. Come out your refrigerator while you're sleeping, and would be gone on off. And take his food and then walk on off the door, close the screen door behind. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I fight for, because I just fight for black people to be unified, man. That's why I'm so harsh. That's why, man, I talk the way I talk sometimes. And I know I say some very foul things. Yes, I do. Because we as black people are not a family. We're not a family. And until we get back to that, yes, I'm going to have smoke for black people. Yes, because I want those days to come back. I'm doing the things that I need to do to make those days possible. But you got black folk who got a little bit more. They got a more fancier car. They got a shinier suit, a more expensive suit than I could ever afford. So now they don't need that. They don't need that because the white folks, the white man is giving them these trinkets and stuff, man. Just like in the beginning of the movie Goodbye Uncle Tom. That's why I get tired of black people fighting over the Democratic and Republican Party. Because it's just like in the opening scene of the movie Goodbye Uncle Tom, you had the white man, white daddy, sitting up at the dinner table. And you had two little African slaves up underneath. And, after the white man get done, he'll leave a little bit of meat on the bone and throw down the table scraps. And these two babies, these two African babies will fight over them. That's why I'm tired of hearing Negroes call themselves Black Democrats and Black Republicans fighting over the white. Like, have you, man, does it ever bother you when you hear these black people up here, now all of a sudden they support Donald Trump, they support Joe Biden, they support white politicians, white politics, but they're Pan-African? How can you be Pan-African? Pan-African is about black people. Like what you were talking about, the Mississippi campaign, us taking over the political power for our own. But now you got these RBG dudes, they pro-Trump. These Pan-African dudes, pro-Trump. Come on, man.
I mean, if Trump want to get on the bandwagon and get with our program, I understand. But if he ain't on the program, which I think Trump, out of all the people in our generation, out of all the politicians, we might have had a better chance dealing with Trump as president than any other sucker to try to get what we want if we were serious about. But see, this is the thing about it. You cannot go to Trump or any president, or you can't go to the government and you really don't have a specific, what do you want? Okay, you want me to support you and blah, blah, blah. What exactly do you want? I just want reparations. How? You got to be able to, is it feasible? Because you can get the president on your side, but it's going to take an act of Congress to get what you want. So how are you going to present this so that the president or even any one of those senators, people in Congress which they tried before. But see, we don't have no pull. Nobody cares nothing about what we're talking about because we have no power. But if we control the state of Mississippi and gain some real power and influence, especially with the presidency, the president, whoever running for president, is going to respect the state of Mississippi because he might need those electoral votes in order to take him over the top. So he's gonna do whatever he has to do in order to appease the people of Mississippi if we control that power base. But you don't have no power at all. Nobody gonna who listens to the bum on the street? Nobody listens to the bum on the street because you have no power to do nothing. But if you thought that bum could blow your brains out, you would give him respect. But you don't have the respect for the bum on the street because they don't have no power. You know, a gun would give that bum some power. Give me your damn wallet, nigga. Now you respect
what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about, man. I mean, man, remember I told you, bro, man, and I know, man, you're going to start laughing when I say this, but I did tell you this before, man. Man, you would make one good preacher, man. And I don't want to. No, remember I told you, man, you need to be getting your reality as a temple, not internet ministry, but real ministry, and get a podium. I'm talking about get you a little, start off with a little.
Yeah, I know you told me about that back in the day.
Even if it's a shack, and preach, man, and get you, man. I swear to God, I would come, man. And there are other brothers and sisters who would come, who would want to hear your message. And not only that, though, bro. I mean, man, we need to, stop with the foolishness, man. We need to come back together, unite, bro, and get this ministry, get this real life ministry. The internet is how you know what I'm saying? Just like the, the spider or whatever, first he sets up a web. So the internet could be the web to catch Black people. I'm not saying to catch to eat them, and maybe that's a bad analogy, but I'm just using it. Right. The internet will be. That's the way that we should stay on the internet. The Reality's Temple Internet Ministry should stay on the internet because you get other people, but it also needs to be. There needs to be a physical location, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, you never did. No, but you never was for that. There needs to be a physical, even if it's a little shack or something, man. We could get some equipment. All you need is a microphone, just some cheap speakers, man. We could. I'm talking about, but first the physical location, the temple.
Well, I could actually get that done. I just can't. I can't do it by myself. I can't do it by myself. I can't get any help.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind doing that. And
we need to.
Quite frankly, honestly, also at the same time, to be honest. I'm almost 60 years old and I'm also fighting this damn disease. And I'm just tired. I'm tired, hurt, I'm wore down.
Wait a second. This disease?
Yeah.
What disease?
Cancer.
Oh, man, come on, man. Seriously?
Yeah.
I heard some people, man, say that and try to make Micah review, but I had never heard that from out your mouth personally, so I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, Sister Noble knows because she's seen the paperwork and she put it out there. So,
yeah, I heard people, but I thought, man, it was just a rumor, man. It was just another attempt.
She's not going to show. She's not going to show the paperwork because she know that's an absolute no. But she went on. She went on and told people. So,
yeah, I ain't hear from her though. I heard it from somebody else.
Well, that's where it comes from. It comes from her. She told. That's what she been telling everybody. My personal business. She even told people my actual city location because I live in the St. Louis area, but I never said exactly where. And she told people my actual city where I stay at.
Damn, bro. You're 60 years old?
Almost 2 years.
Oh, okay. Okay, 58. Okay, got you. Yeah. 58. So you like a year underneath Kari. Because, he's almost 60. He's 59 from what he says. Almost 60. So, yeah, man. I mean, hey, man, like, trust and believe. I got my own ailments. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I already know.
Because there was a time there you was off the map for a little while there. You was going through some stuff.
Yeah, and I know. I mean, I'm sure, I know my day will come. And I'm just hoping to not man, I don't want to come. My grandmother, man, died of colon cancer, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's hereditary, and
Mm-hmm.
sugar diabetes is also hereditary up in my
Mm-hmm.
family, and high blood pressure. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, man, I know I have a day, and I know I have a time. You know what I'm saying? And all that. So I just try to, just do the best that I can. While I'm above ground
Right.
or whatever. But I just look at the state of Black people, and it's like, shoot, I got an auntie, well, a great auntie, man. Shit, she's turned 90 something years old, and she's back from that time to where when she went to school, white kids used to make fun of her and my grandma. I mean, grandma is spit off on the bus and call them, the N-word and all that type of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And she's
Mm-hmm.
still here. And, I told her one time, I said, yes, granted, we understand, how bad it was during those times. But at the same time, man, look at all these young Black men who are being murdered, who ain't living to see no 90. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's like Tupac, Biggie. Look at all these new rappers. Not only that, but look at Chicago, Detroit, Philadelphia. The list goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
yes, that's why I even tell her. I told her, yeah, that stuff was harsh that you was going through during them times. But shoot, there's Black kids that was born in the 90s who ain't even haven't even made it to 25. Ain't made it to 23. They
Yeah.
made it to 15
Yeah.
in these times. So, boo-hoo. But I do have respect for what, the elders and stuff went through back in them days, but it's the youth that ain't making it to 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we as a people, man, damn, man. Man, wow. It's some I just think, man, like you said, back in the old video about the backyard Negro. As far as like, and then you said something else about how they let us, they let us off the plantation and just placed us up in the backyard.
That's all.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And
You know,
you know when it kills me when I used to watch a dog, come out the house and they run in the backyard. I'm like, or they put you on a leash. It gives you the feeling of being free. It gives you the illusion of being free, but you're still locked up. You're still surrounded by a fence. You're still connected to a leash. You're not free. But when you let that dog, I know we used to let the dog out and he run around in the backyard. He'd be so happy and just running around like, I'm like, you ain't free, do your do and come back in the damn house, and that's how we are. We got this illusion like we free, but whenever we really make a move, the cracker, he just pulled the leash, bring your nigga ass back. No, you can't do that. Shut up, sit your ass down. We're not free. We're not free. And it don't make no difference how much money we got. Kanye West supposed to be the first billionaire rapper or triple billionaire rapper, or so I don't know what he's supposed to be. Anyway, with all his money, with all his fame, he don't have no power because he don't make no laws. He don't control no resources. They can shut down Kanye West right now because he depend on Walmart. He depend on the electric company. He depend on all this stuff that he don't have no kind of control over nothing at all.
True. Racist white cop could shoot Kanye West up in the head right now and go
right now
in front of an all-white jury and get acquitted.
That's right. No problem. No problem. Vanessa Williams was telling the story, and she said she had just won Miss America or something like that. And she said she was at this event, and they had a buffet. At a buffet, you don't get served. There's no waitresses or nothing. And she said this white woman walked up to her and said, I would like that, and I would like this. Vanessa was like, what the hell you telling me for? The white woman naturally thought she's supposed to serve her. And, she tripped off of that. Like, it just goes to show you, You know, here she is. She just won Miss America or whatever it was. You know, she doing her thizzy. And this white woman don't give a damn, don't even know who she is or whatever. Don't give a damn. Don't think she sees a black chick serve me. That's the only thing was on this, this white woman. That's what she saw.
Make sure you download this, bro, because you know they're gonna take this down. We speaking too much truth. They going, bro. They are going to, trust me. This is gonna get flagged eventually. If it's even still up after we get done. We're speaking too much truth, man. They don't want this type of truth getting out here to
Well, it don't make any difference. I put it on my Facebook, and I also put it on my Vimeo and other channels too. So it ain't gonna go nowhere. I still have it, and the only thing I do is re-upload it. As much as they want to flag it, I put it right back up. It don't make no difference to me. Hell, they just took down my channels.
Wow, all that work.
Old weasel ass Sonetta.
But that dude's charlatan.
Huh?
But great. I said, man, Sonetta, man's a charlatan, man.
Yeah, he's a charlatan. Yeah.
Yes, sir. He's a charlatan.
He did all this dirt, and then he turned around talking about I need to go back, to my roots and just teach and stay out of these beefs and stuff. Now you done caused all this drama, all this riffraff. He got countless people that hate his guts, and he has made no effort to try to heal or try to make amends to what he has done. All of a sudden, he's supposed to just drop off the scene, and everything's supposed to be hunky dory, and I'm not going to be involved in beefs and stuff. No, that ain't how it works, sir. In order for you to be sincere, you don't have to kiss nobody's ass, but you need to, just like me. He can go on, he can get in the partner Shada. They can go in and remove all their violations against my channel, and my channel come back up if he was sincere. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that.
I remember they called him the Don King, bro. The Don King of conscience, man. Don King remember what Don King, man, was stealing from Mike Tyson, man? I mean, shit.
Sure, he stole from everybody. He ripped all those guys.
He came, Sonetta came up into the game as being known that.
Yeah.
What type of name is that, man? I mean, man, he ain't. He just, man, all he care about is having them gator boots and driving his European BMW and having on fur coats, and you know what I'm saying, man. Dude, even his teacher, Dr. Khalid, spoke against that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Sonetta, man. Yeah, bro. I understand what's up.
And see, and he's also angry at me because I critique him throughout the years. But I never critiqued him as a person because I don't care about him as a person. I never talked about his wife, his personal life, and nothing like that. I critique only the information or behavior. Even with Minister Farrakhan, I never said nothing about Minister Farrakhan's wife or his dog or whatever. I critique the information or behavior. I never critique or mess with them as a person. And Sonetta never liked my critique of his so-called information.
You know who else is not? You know who else is becoming a charlatan, man? And that's Dr. Umar Johnson.
I like Dr. Umar.
I like him too, though. I still like a lot of his message, but he's becoming a charlatan too. He's letting that fame go to his head, man. That's one of the problems. Now he's become so arrogant. He's the prince of this. He's the reincarnation since Marcus Garvey. He's what the hell has this Negro done to compare himself? He's the best thing since Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. What has he done?
I don't know.
I mean, to put these type of labels upon himself. That's why I say he's, he went on a Breakfast Club and he went on Vlad TV and all that type of stuff. So, all that success, man. Did you see Dr. Umar Johnson on Twitter posted a picture of some sister or whatever, man, sent him to his P.O. box a pair of panties. A pair of her panties. And he posted it on Twitter, bragging on it. And it's like, this is the man. Just imagine Marcus Garvey doing something like that. This is the man that I'm supposed to send children of mine, or black people, black parents are supposed to send their children to a man that's posting pictures every 5 seconds. He talking about on cookies. I mean, he's obsessed with women, man. So that means that all these little babies, I'm just gonna say it, all these little kids that's coming to a school, all these little young boys, don't you think that sounds like he's gonna be flirting with their mothers?
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta tell it the way it is, bro. Like, it's not a good look anymore.
It's not.
It used to be. His teachings are definitely, well, some of the things, but now his teachings are all clouded up. Donate to my Cash App. I mean, you got to say that like 20, 30 times in one live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Cash App, $, FDMG Schools Academy, or whatever the hell.
Mm-hmm.
And you always said that he was incompetent. He wasn't the man for the job for that type of school. And I mean, you said this at one point in time, but back then I really didn't understand. But he's starting to show, man, his true colors. Like, I still like Dr. Umar Johnson as far as like some of the things that he says regarding like Black history and stuff are still accurate. But him being in a leadership position, no, because he's going to turn into just another a money-hungry charlatan. Once he gets that money, the millions of dollars, man, I bet you I couldn't even call Dr. Umar Johnson right now. And if I left him a voicemail, he wouldn't return my call. Hell no. Unless I got like 1 million YouTube subscribers.
Right.
Come on, man. That dude changed, though. I'm just going to be honest. He's all about the fame and money now.
I met him briefly. I think it was 2015? When during his suit wearing day, before he became gangster. You know, before he became gangster in hip hop, you know, he used to wear business suits all the time. And he was very professional. My sister was with me. She went with me to and you know, I was really cool with Pastor Ray Hagan at the time. And it was a celebration for Pastor Ray Hagan at his it's church. I forgot technically what they call it, the African Village. I met him briefly. He was a nice person, and we bought his book and shook his hand, and he took pictures with. I mean, he was he acted real cool. And so this person that he's turned into now, I'm like, when the hell did this happen? You know, and it really got to me. The first thing that got to me about Umar Johnson was when, because I was getting ready to send him $100, you know, donate to the school. I had the stamp on the envelope.
You said 1,000, not 100. You scared to send him 1,000?
No, I was gonna send him 100.
You told me $1,000 check, but okay, bro.
No, it was 100. I don't know him enough to send him $1,000. Matter of fact, I've never donated that kind of money to no organization and like that unless I thought for sure they was really doing something, accomplishing something. But I don't mind helping folks a little bit because I think that the school was a good idea. A lot of people thought the school was a good idea, and it's still a good idea. But we already got African-centered school. We already have those type of things. What are you going to do different than the African-centered schools that we already have in existence that need that support? But when he said, and you probably heard this too, these some trifling Negroes, they only they only gave me $250,000. That's when he began to turn me off, because nobody don't have to send you nothing. Nobody don't know who you are. You don't have no experience running no school. Nobody don't know who you are. They just tripping off you emotionally on face value. And so I took my check out of the envelope, cut my stamp off the envelope, and that was the end of that. And then next thing I know, he's caught up in stripper gate, you know, with the stripper. Then next thing you know, he's calling SETI all out his name, talking about your little yellow
think that you want to be black Negro and, you know, talking about making mockery of how short and city skin color and stuff like that. I'm like, this guy, he really.
Wow, he's supposed to. I mean, wow, that right there. Like, okay, the conscious stripper. I gave him a pass on that originally. I did because from the story that he was telling, as far as like he was just at a conscious event and he met this black woman. He didn't know that she was a stripper at the time, supposedly. That's the story that he told. All right, so I gave him a little bit of pass on that because I understand. Now, I know the brothers are very, very weak in the knees when it comes to the sister. So, now, because I ain't going to lie, as much as I love my people, but I'm weak in the knees for a sister. Like she, you know, and that was actually a beautiful looking sister right there, right? So I can understand that. I mean, you know, as long as he ain't physically harming her or abusing her. Like I can understand how sometimes, man, a brother will, you know, because he said that he was childish and all that type of stuff. But a brother could get childish because, man, a lot of brothers, man. Well, I can't speak for other brothers, but I could just speak for myself. I will get weak in the knees for a sister that's looking right, that's looking good, and you know what I'm saying, looking. So I gave him a pass on that, just being a brother. But when it came to the SETI joint, my issue was this is supposed to be a professional man. Now I understand how he could be up in his feelings but SETI was always a street dude. You know, just the way he always talked. So that's in SETI's character to talk like that. I mean, when SETI go to in his lectures, every other word is your MF or this and your your whole ass nigga. I mean, man, SETI is just like just crazy, man. So SETI came into the game with that type of stuff.
Right.
That's how he. Yeah. So, but like Umar, I expected a little bit more out of Umar.
I did
because
too.
Umar is supposed to be a professional brother, supposed to be an ex-principal, supposed to, you know, he's creating this school. Like, how can you get up there with that gangster stuff? And then we supposed to imagine the little black boys who will go to his school if it ever opens, but then we'll be able to go on YouTube. Oh, this is my principal talking like this.
Right.
This is. Oh, I'm trying to get into Marcus Garvey. I'm going to listen to Dr. Umar Johnson talk about Marcus Garvey. But then next thing video comes up is this type of video. What type of example is that setting? That's what got me, bro. But go ahead, bro. That's what got me.
Yeah. It's and he was on Jesse Peterson. I don't know if you've seen that interview. He was on Jesse Peterson live stream. And I don't care too much for Jesse Peterson. I don't care too much for Tommy Sotomayor or whatever. But people like that, they do ask valid, credible questions. And when people like Umar Johnson, or I don't know if you're familiar with that, what's her name? Vicky Dillard on Boyce Watkins' channel. Because she was on there. She was on Jesse Peterson live stream too. When they get caught up on some stuff that they can't really answer, the first thing they do, matter of fact, it even happens to me. When they can't come up with something, an answer to one of your questions, the first thing they say, you a coon, you a sellout. That's not answer the question, sir. Answer the question. I appreciate that that I'm a coon and I'm a sambo. I appreciate that you recognize that. That does not answer the question, sir. They use that as a distraction tactic. Answer the question, because Tommy and Jesse Lee Peterson, these people, you might call them a coon, or that chick, the new chick on the block. What's her name? It's this female.
Uncle
What's
Tom.
Her name? Candace Owens.
Okay, yeah, Uncle Tom, Aunt Mammy, yeah, those
Aunt
type of
Mammy,
terms.
whatever you want to call them. They bring credible, valid questions, inquiry, and you need to be able to answer those. Now, Tariq Nasheed, I give him credit where credit is due. Tariq Nasheed did a pretty good job on Jesse Lee Peterson show. I saw that interview. He did a pretty good job, but a lot of these pro-blackity black type people, they lose their concentration or whatever with Jesse or Tommy, and they just start falling apart.
Tommy Sotomayor took on Polite and Sonetta at the same time. He whooped them up. He whooped them up. He won that little debate, whatever it was that they had. He smashed them. And you know, now Sonetta, you know, that's not his thing anyway. But I expected better from Polite, because Polite, you know, he's supposed to be Mr. Smart guy. He wrote 300 books or whatever. He didn't have no comebacks for Tommy. Tommy was tearing both of them up at the same time. These people have valid inquiry, and Umar fell apart, and Vicky Dillard fell apart on Jesse Lee Peterson's show, and it really makes them look bad. Matter of fact, Umar fell apart on what's that show? The Breakfast Club. No, it wasn't the Breakfast Club. It was the Roland Martin show.
Oh, the Roland Martin. Yeah.
Now, see, that's when you with Roland Martin, you need to be as professional and keep your cool as much as possible. Now, you know, going on Roland Martin, you going into hostile territory. You know those people ain't into that Black Pan-African stuff. You know it from that's hostile territory. If you ain't ready to handle the type of stuff they're gonna bring you, you need to stay away from them. But you know, people like him, they want the spotlight or whatever. And I'm gonna tell you, that's what I really love about Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan is excellent when he goes on these different shows. I don't care if it's black, I don't care if you're white. Minister Farrakhan know how to go in there and keep a smile on his face, do his thizzy, and leave and cuss your ass out off the camera. Mr. Farrakhan is wonderful. I mean, you probably seen like when he handles Phil Donahue or some of these people on Fox. Minister Farrakhan is excellent. The only person I seen that Minister Farrakhan couldn't really handle was Elijah Muhammad's son, Wardeen. That's the only person that I seen he had a problem with, and he stayed quiet most of the time because.
Wait, they debated? I never heard that before.
It really wasn't a debate because Farrakhan's information is hearsay, and it comes from another party. Wardeen Muhammad lived the history. He know what Master Farad Muhammad looked. He was there as a child. Master Farad, he was named after Master Farad Muhammad. So how can Minister Farrakhan tell Wardeen Muhammad, the son of Elijah Muhammad, anything about that Nation of Islam stuff when he was there? He lived it. He know what Master Farad Muhammad looked like. He know all that stuff. Only thing Minister Farrakhan could do is sit there and basically listen, because he can't deal with that man. And matter of fact, even when it comes to Islam itself, Wardeen Muhammad is more knowledgeable about the religion of Islam than Minister Farrakhan is. He was the only person that I saw that Minister Farrakhan basically didn't have nothing to say. He couldn't deal with Wardeen Muhammad. He couldn't do it. And Minister Farrakhan accused him of tearing down the Nation of Islam, but at the same time, he praised him. He praised Wardeen Muhammad. Now, how can you want to be a friend? Now, they hate Malcolm X, but Malcolm didn't destroy the Nation of Islam. Malcolm X didn't take the nation down, but he claimed that Wardeen Muhammad did it, and he kissing Wardeen Muhammad's ass. I'm your brother. I'm your brother. Yeah, but how can you hate Malcolm and want Malcolm dead? And Wardeen Muhammad did way worse than Malcolm ever done. Well, that's the accusation, that's the claim. The reality
Elijah
was
Muhammad's son. That was Elijah Muhammad's son.
Yeah, Wardeen Muhammad.
Is that the one who told Malcolm X about what Elijah Muhammad was doing? Yeah, the one. Okay, yeah.
Him. See, he's at the root of everything. Because Malcolm said he had heard the rumors of Elijah Muhammad's infidelity. He said he heard the rumors. But when the son came to him and verified it, that's what made Malcolm become interested in what was going on. Because he had the rumors of this had always been going around forever. He had heard the rumors. But when the son said, yeah, my daddy do got all these women, blah, 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 that would verify the whole thing. and that what kicked it all off. You know, Ward D was behind all this stuff, kicking everything off.
Wow.
But he get praised. Malcolm gets shot, but Ward D Muhammad get praised.
Why didn't Warren D. Muhammad, why didn't he go out there and expose it? How come Malcolm X was used as a tool, as a vessel to go and got killed behind it?
Yeah, he got used. Yeah, he got used. He got used because, like you said, how come the son didn't do that?
Mm-hmm. Well, he knew better.
Malcolm got caught up in that stuff, and Malcolm got caught up in that stuff because he really believed in Elijah Muhammad, and he really believed in that. He was a sincere brother, and he couldn't believe. He got caught up in that. I mean, how would you feel? You gave 12 years of your life, and you telling people how holy and righteous this man is, and then you find out that he been messing with, and I really don't know how true it is, but they are saying that some of these young women was underage. They was 18, 17, 18, maybe as low as 15 years old that he messed with. And I'll tell you this, during the 70s, 60s, back in the day, nobody really tripped off of that anyway. Because I know when I was growing up, I grew up in the late 60s. When I was growing up and I got into high school and whatever, a lot of my classmates, them young girls, was messing with old, boys that was in high school, boys that was in college, or grown ass men. Used to come and pick them up after school. And them girls used to love being with those older guys because these older guys had jobs, they had cars, it was something to flaunt. Them young girls, my man picking me up. You got to get on the yellow school bus, and she got some grown man coming to pick her up, after school.
Wow.
And nobody tripped off of it. Nobody tripped off of it. My uncle, I just found out my uncle was messing around with a 15-year-old young girl. She was a runaway. She was a runaway, and my uncle was taking care of her.
But the age limit was different back in those days, though, too.
I don't know what the age limit. Only thing I know,
it was different, though. It wasn't what it is now. I know.
Well, I think that nobody was tripping off of it back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
They just didn't trip off of it because these was children. These was grown men coming to the high school after young girls, and the young girls and their parents didn't say nothing. Nobody said nothing. Wow, you got an older guy that like you. Matter of fact, I hope this young guy get you out my damn house. Go ahead on.
Yeah, I definitely hear you there. But yeah, I don't want to dwell too much on that. But okay, another question. And see, I'm not gonna turn. I don't want this to be beef at all. But I mean, there have been those who have came on various platforms of mine, and they demonized Malcolm X. There was a couple different speakers, and I'm not going to say any names because this is not about taking shots personally at people and their beliefs. Like if you believe in this man, you believe in this religion, okay, then so be it. But we're just going to attack the information. But as far as those who have came and defended Elijah and what's his name, Farrakhan's actions, that led to the murder of Brother Malcolm. I mean, there was one sister who came and said that she got paperwork, she got receipts that she could come present on my platform. And there was another brother a long time ago that actually came on my platform and made a claim that Malcolm X firebombed his own house. There was Molotov cocktails found up in his place, and he threw Molotov cocktails through his own baby daughter's nursery room and all that. Then there was another sister who claimed that she has all the receipts, all the paperwork, and whatever, that Farrakhan and Elijah are innocent.
Right.
What would be your thoughts on statements made like that?
Well, my thing is anything is possible. Anything is possible. But at the same time, common sense tells me from what happened, Malcolm X, to pull off this scenario, he's a low down dirty dog just to try to pull off this scenario. He's willing to risk his own life and the life of his children. And to me, from what I get from Malcolm, he loved his wife and he loved his children. Why would he risk his life and their life just so he can try to make the Nation of Islam look bad? I mean, that don't even make any sense to me. Common sense tells me, and then it's mighty funny. And also, to my knowledge, there's the video somewhere out there, but somebody was telling me about Captain Joseph. They said that Captain Joseph said in a deathbed confession that he was there when the Muslims firebombed Malcolm's house. He was there. Also, there was at least 2 or 3 attempts on Malcolm's life even before it got to the firebomb. They was trying to kill him.
I know they put a bomb underneath this car.
Right.
I mean, they definitely put a bomb on his car, and his wife and, the children and all that, could have. This is why, man, it's just so despicable. This is why I cannot follow these Negro religions, man, these Negro cults, because if they would do something like that, you claim to be for your people. But all the stories that I'm getting is that the only thing you ever hurt or harmed was your own people. You ain't never did nothing to those who you claim are the devil.
Nope.
Nothing physically was ever done. No violence, no harm was ever done to these people that you claim are the devil in your doctrine. But the only thing that the stories that's coming to me is that you're responsible for the murder of Malcolm. You threw a firebomb into his nursery, could have killed all, those little black babies.
Yeah.
You're responsible for poisoning Dr. Khalid Muhammad.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. That's just what's, maybe it's propaganda. That's what you got a lot of people from the religion and the temples and stuff. They say that's just negative propaganda put out here against the minister.
Well, let me add some more negative propaganda personally. This is what I experienced personally. I was at the mosque. The only thing I want is to buy a bean pie and a newspaper and listen to the meeting. Nigger gonna pull me to the side, talk about where you been, or whatever. What you mean where I been? I'm not in the Nation of Islam no more. Nigger gonna start talking some crazy stuff to me. Look, I just come here to listen to the meeting, buy a newspaper, whatever, and leave. And then this Negro gonna notice that I'm wearing my FOI lapel pin. You don't deserve to wear that pin. You're not in the nation. We need to take that from you. I said, okay. So now you done crossed the line, Negro. You make any attempt to take my lapel pin that I bought, because Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam don't give you nothing. Everything you get, you have to do it yourself. I bought this lapel pin. If they gave it to me, I'd be happy to give it back to you. No big deal. But this Negro threatened to take my lapel pin. I said, it's going to be a serious problem. A big fight is getting ready to break out. I'm already thinking about how I'm going to take this Negro out, because you ain't taking my lapel pin right here in the mosque. And the sad thing about it, Craig, was I brought guests that day. I didn't come by myself. Matter of fact, I brought Anthony Myron Ross, that Negro that stole from me that day. I brought him and some other people as guests to the mosque that day. And that Negro threatened to take we getting ready to throw down. Now, I don't, that Negro stole from me, whatever.
But I will give him his credit where credit is due. He's not going to let me fight by myself. He would have jumped in that fight with me if we had to throw down in the temple. He would have been there with me. And my guess, we're going to be some fighting Negroes up in here. Okay. So years later, I decided to go back again. I think this is 2010. Same thing happened. This Negro talking about, Brother Craig, I almost had to run the FOI over. This Negro going to tell me, you've been disrespecting the minister. I said, how? You know how? I said, no, I do not know how. You made the video. I said, I make a lot of videos. Tell me how I disrespected me. Here you are making an accusation. I disrespect the minister, but he can't tell me how I did it. I said, nigga, you need to go sit your happy ass down.
That's a nigga that was following you. That was a nigga that been watching your videos, man.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe to you, never probably said nothing, but they keep watch over you, man, when you speak against the NOI.
Yeah.
But yes, sir. But continue, sir.
Yeah, so they gonna follow me outside and he gonna tell the FOI to surround my car. And I told them, and I could tell the brothers they really didn't really want to bother me because they was looking at each other like, because I was telling my story as this was going down. I was telling my story. I said, I'm a former FOI. I said, I helped build all this, man. The reason why Farrakhan is where he's at. I was there in the 80s. I'm the one to help build all this. And the brothers respected me as a veteran soldier, but they was listening to their captain and he surround his car. And so I started my car up and I felt as though they might be a threat. And I got my foot on the accelerator. Some FOI getting ready to get their ass run over because I'll be damned if I'm going to let them get into my car and try to hurt me.
Wow, I had never heard you tell that story. Wow.
Yeah.
It's just some hateful Negro. I mean,
yeah.
Man, he thought he was, man, oh man. That's why I agree with you. Say, I'm not trying to trade a white slave master for a Negro slave master.
Right.
No, sir, no, ma'am, no way, no how. Man, tell us some more. Man, wow, that's disturbing. But that needs to be told. There was a time when I wanted to join the NOI. Oh my God. I would have made the worst mistake of my life.
Yeah, you might mess around got hurt. Got hurt by them. One of them crazy ass Negroes.
Yes, sir.
But I never had no real problem with them like that because I made it very clear. I said, if you make a move on me, you might as well go ahead and kill me because I'm just like the Terminator. I'll really be back. I'm not going to let you hurt me and think you're going to get away with it. I said, I burn this damn temple down. I will put a hurting on you by myself. I'm not going to go and recruit nobody. I will come back by myself with my gasoline, with my kerosene, and I'll burn this damn temple down. Now, I suggest to you, go on about your business. This is my last visit with you Negro. I'm gone. I ain't been to the temple since. And I did report them to Chicago. Chicago did not respond, but Temple number 7 found out about it, and one of the ministers or whoever that represented Temple number 7 sent me an apology letter, and they apologized for that behavior, and they said they was going to talk to Chicago and blah blah blah. But I haven't heard nothing from Chicago at all. But I did report their behavior to Chicago.
And also heard another story, and I'm not. Well, I don't think you were still up in the nation at this time because you had told me Dr. Khaled, his original name was what, Harold X.
Yeah, Harold X. Yeah, I forgot what the last name was.
Yeah, Harold X. Yes, sir. Harold X. But you ever heard of this Negro named James Best? Supposedly he's the one that opened fire and tried to assassinate Khaled while he was with his son.
Yeah.
That's when Khaled had got shot. I'm not sure how many times Khaled had Dr. Khaled Abdul Muhammad got shot, but I mean, do you know anything about that story? Because when I was listening to Malik Zulu Shabazz, and remember he wrote a book called The Life of Khaled or something.
Yeah.
So he was on, I believe, Sinetta TV, or he might have been on.
Yeah, I saw that interview. Yeah.
Yeah. He was talking about James Best or whatever. Are you familiar with that story at all?
James Best got a YouTube channel, and he talks about what happened. And basically,
The original James Best you talking about?
yeah, James Best, the one that shot him, he got a YouTube channel.
What?
I forgot
What
what
does he say?
the channel is. I have to look it up, and I'll send you the channel link.
What's his side of the
Somebody
story?
basically he said it was a domestic dispute. He said that Khalid Muhammad was messing with his ex-wife or something like that, and it was a domestic dispute. That's what James Best is saying.
Do you personally believe that yourself, or?
Well, he's the one that shot him. I guess he would know why he shot him.
Man, somebody there's all type of murderers out here that shoot people.
The rumor is Khalid Muhammad was a womanizer.
What? I didn't know that. Wow.
Well, a lot of those guys, like you just said a few minutes ago, these guys don't have no discipline. They can't control themselves, and when they offer booty, they can't say no.
But wait, hold up a second, man. This is the first time I've ever heard this. So Khalid Muhammad was a womanizer. Wow. What the man? They gotta be.
Now I'll tell you this.
I gotta see some receipts on that. I gotta see some receipts.
Well, I'll tell you this. It's of course they're not going to put that out in the public, but it seems to me it's normal behavior in the Nation of Islam. A lot of these sisters get passed around. They go from husband, like Aleeyah Porkchop Muhammad. She go from one husband to the next husband to the next husband. It's a circle of people getting passed around. These women in the Nation of Islam. Mr. Farrakhan got children by one of his close associates. I think brother, what's his name, Rockman or whatever it was. He got children by his daughter, one of his daughters.
Wait a second. Okay.
I heard that Mr. Farrakhan got about 22 children.
I'm trying to get clarification. All right. Because when you say womanizer, okay, let's get into that real quick. Because I'm trying to figure out, when you say womanizer, are you talking about like he was abusive? Like he's hit?
No, he just he's sleeping around with whoever they get their hands on. Yeah.
Oh. Was he married at the time?
To my knowledge, he was married. That don't stop nobody.
Yeah.
I'm married.
Well, no, I'm just trying.
What?
Yeah, no, I understand that. I'm just trying to like get clarification because I mean, just a brother that loves women. I mean, see, what I don't understand, like, man, see, I know how brothers, love sisters, but as far as like, I mean, being that high up in the Nation of Islam,
it's not about love. It's about lust.
It's lust. Yeah, lust. Yeah, lust. But being that high up,
so
man,
you love the sister. You have enough discipline to do what is in the best interest of that sister and the organization and the people that because sooner or later, whatever is in the dark is going to come into the light. And especially if you get these women pregnant, sooner or later, people are going to find out that you got babies by these women. And a lot of these women is not going to keep their mouth shut about it. They're going to tell, I got children by so-and-so.
Yeah, I mean, man, he couldn't. I mean, as far as like being as popular of a name that he has, I mean, you mean to tell me he couldn't get a sister that he could be content with? I mean, he has to sleep around. He can't marry a sister that he could be content with, like that right there.
Mr. Farrakhan been married to Sister Khadijah, what 60 years? For a long, long time. That they didn't stop his ding-a-ling from going outside of the marriage. He got 9 children by Sister Khadijah. Remember, the rumor is Farrakhan has 22 children.
Wow.
They didn't come from Sister Khadijah. Only 9 came from Sister Khadijah. And they basically grown. And then some of the Farrakhan's children, I think some of them are still children. They still teenagers or whatever.
So he's living like some type of king, some type of pharaoh.
I sort of wonder, I sort of believe that because
Minister Farrakhan was talking about infidelity, and he was talking about how the sisters, they take a lot from us men, and we mess up, and they still stay with us. And I remember this one speech, he was talking like that, and she was looking at him really, really hard. I was in the nation, and I've been around Minister Farrakhan a little bit. I'm not no expert about Minister Farrakhan. I never had that kind of relationship. I've been around him a whole lot because I traveled with him a lot. I've been around him a little bit, and I've been around Sister Khadijah, but I've never seen her look at him the way she did this one particular, I forgot what speech it was. Oh, she was looking at him like, if I could take a knife and slice your throat and get away with it. She really was looking at him really, really hard. Now that I hear all these allegations about his children, there's a rumor that he took our money that we raised and he helped that sister. You ever heard that sister, that singer, Melba Moore?
Yeah, I heard.
I heard he took some of that money that we raised. He helped her pay her bill because she was in debt. And they said she got children by Minister Farrakhan. And they said Mr. Farrakhan got Mexican children, have Mexican children. He got messed around with some, because he got a house in Phoenix, Arizona or whatever, and you got a lot of Mexican people or whatever. He got children by a Mexican woman.
Wow.
Some of his children are half Mexicans.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, I guess moving on, man. We've been on here for like, man, over 2.5 hours. But
yeah, so, there's a lot of things that we can talk about or whatever. But when it's all said and done, my thing is, okay, what we gonna do about it? What we gonna do about it? How we gonna change all this? How we gonna see? I understand people get weak or whatever, but see, we're in a situation where leadership, you have to be about it. You got to be real about yours. If you can't control your ding-a-ling, you don't need to be in leadership position like that, because the people themselves, we need to see somebody that got discipline. We need to see a strong image. Stop with all that fake stuff, whatever. Like me, myself, Brother Craig, I can count the women I've been with on my hand. It ain't that big a deal to me. Never have been. I have lots of discipline. Matter of fact, I've done, because I just, that's just me. I'm not the sex thing I wish I was a virgin right now, to tell the truth. It ain't that serious to me. My thing, my pleasure, and I get excited over liberation and freedom. I get my high off beating up the person in power. Like when I was little, I found joy fighting people bigger than me, because to fight somebody my size or smaller, that wasn't a thrill to me. Whatever. But if I could beat up somebody bigger than me, that was a thrill, because this person is bigger, stronger. I always root for the underdog, because I always been the underdog. Oh, you little skinny nigga thing, sit your happy ass down. Then I whooped your ass. Then, that's thrilling to me. I love that. So we as a people are the underdog. My thrill and my excitement is to beat this guy at his own game, bring him down. I love it. I love the thought of it. And I know we can do it. But we can't do it physically, because we just don't have it like that. We can't do it. We can't do it physically. But I do know politically, I know economically, we can whoop the hell out of these people, and they'll leave us the hell alone. I know we can do it. But I can't determine that, because I can't control people's minds. I can't tell nobody what to do.
Re-education, man. We've been indoctrinated.
Yeah.
So deeply. We've been indoctrinated so deeply. Like, even if you look on the continent of Africa, man, I mean, they speak, man, you hardly even see an African country that speaks its native dialect. If we look over
none
here,
of them do.
Exactly. They speak French, Portuguese, English, whatever. Even over here, man, we've been taught, to honor. We've been taught to, celebrate all these pagan holidays,
Mm-hmm.
to go off and, give our money, to buy these European cars. And we could be putting all that. I mean, we got to have just look at all the millionaires that we have in America. But
Yeah.
you got to also take into account they would do them because they're expendable. They're part of the system of white supremacy. They're expendable. They will kill any of these Negroes. Like I said about Kanye West, Oprah Winfrey, Kevin Samuels. I mean, Michael Jordan. They would kill them like they killed John F. Kennedy if they went against the system. Barack Obama was lucky to even make it through 8 years without being assassinated. But if he would have did something major for Black people, as far as like reparation, man, they got white militias that would murder him, would put a bullet up in him. So the white man, like you say, man, we are still in bondage. We're just backyard Negroes. And even on the continent of Africa is just a backyard.
That's all.
Yeah, the backyard to the white man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, for some reason, man, Black people, just globally, have allowed this white man to just become so dominant.
Yeah.
He's so militarily powerful, to the point to where it's like at this point, how could Black people fight back? Well, physically they can, like you say. We got to do it mentally, psychologically, and politically. Yeah. Mentally, psychologically, and politically, man. We got to even start looking at ourselves as a people. That's one of the hardest things, man, with all this, this tribalism. And, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm a Moor. I'm a 5%er. I'm a Pan-African. I'm from the NOI. I'm a Black Christian. We let all these different ideologies, man, come in between Black unity, man, at the end of the day. If we could just put all that aside, I'm an atheist. I'm this, I'm that. My teachings are superior than yours. What I do is superior to what you do. If we could just put all that to the side and just say, okay, man, we have a common oppressor, a common enemy. We have a common problem.
Right.
That we need to band together to address. Just based off of that premise, man. But I don't know what it's going to take to even get Black people to even be able to come together and agree on anything, on any commonality. I just don't see it, because we let the differences, we highlight the differences that we have amongst each other more than we put focus and magnify the commonalities that we could come together and build together. So
the reality is,
go ahead, bro.
The reality is we are a diverse people. We're very diverse in all kinds of things. We're diverse. And even though we all live in America, our experience is different in how we see things. Back in the day, I used to call people like Jesse Lee Peterson or Candace Owens. I used to talk all that stuff too. I guess that's why a lot of people was tripping on me, because I used to talk that way too. I used to call people coons and Sambos too back in the day. But I've grown to understand that everybody's experience is different. So I can't, how I came up, I can't expect you to be like me, because our experience in life is different. You didn't come up the way that I did. Matter of fact, the people that came up the way I did, exactly the same kind of way, we still look at things differently. Like my brothers and sisters, we all was raised in the same place, same mama, daddy, blah, 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 same grandparents. Everybody look at life different. So we have to come up with something that can implement all our differences, all the diversity in Black America, because believe me, Candace Owens and Jesse Lee Peterson, Tommy, all of them understand. They know that we live under racism. They know that the system is not. They all know. They all know these things. But am I going to let go of my comfort zone, messing around with you? I live good. You know, Jesse doing good, doing whatever he do. You know, Tommy's doing, Candace, they all doing good. And here you talking all this crazy stuff, make me lose my job, lose my millions of dollars. I ain't doing that. You have to take this in consideration, that if these people jump on the bandwagon, if they jump on the bandwagon with all this rhetoric, is it worth losing everything that they see? A lot of us not serious about nothing. Why should Oprah Winfrey, why should Gayle King, why should Will Smith, why should all our people that got all these resources and money, why should they support you and we're not serious? Now, it's my belief. It's my belief. If we show our people that's on the top that the bottom is serious about getting off the bottom, I think they would help us. They don't have to come out and give us a check. You just go to the mailbox one day. Where does big check come from? Oprah don't have to say nothing. Will Smith don't have to say nothing. Matter of fact, during the Million Man March, Will Smith was there. MC Hammer was there. A lot of our celebrities was there. Michael Jackson, it was a conflict of schedule. He was scheduled to be there at the Million Man March. So the people, all our people are really ready to take care of business and do something. Farrakhan didn't have nothing to offer in 1995 except a, pretty speech. And it was a corny speech, really, talking about the history of the dollar bill. He didn't offer the brothers nothing. All these people went to the Million Man March, and it was a bunch of people with their egos trying to get some attention, but nobody brought no kind of plan, no vision, no solution to nothing. Can you imagine if they had the Mississippi campaign in 1995 and Farrakhan told all these brothers, we're going to take control of Mississippi? It would have been a done deal. We would have Mississippi right now, and we would be in control of it. But the problem here again is actually getting the state of Mississippi would really be easy. It's controlling the state, taking it from a poverty-stricken state to a wealthy state, and to maintain that state. That's going to be the problem, because you're going to have a lot of folks who don't want to see you successful, including a lot of Black people. That's why you have to have your act together, stay focused. Like they said back in the day, keep your eyes on the prize. Stop thinking about panties. You working with a sister, you like, damn, that sister, she's so beautiful, whatever. Get your mind off her ass, get your mind off her booty, keep your eyes on the prize. We got to get this state together. That's what's wrong with us. We're distracted from stuff, booty, liquor, my Jesus. It ain't about your Jesus. That's your personal thing. It's about what is in the best interest of a people. You got to keep your mind on the prize. The reason why I'm talking to you right now, Brother Craig, is because I kept my eyes on the prize. I'm getting out of here.
Wow.
They try to distract me. They want me to watch a lot of TV. They purposely was sending women to my room, trying to get me distracted, because I was in my room working on those legal papers night and day, suing the hell out of them, giving them problems. They was trying to distract my mind. I refuse to get distracted, because I can get booty. Once I get out of here, I can get all the booty I want. I need to get out of here.
Yes, sir. But
I need to get out of here.
I want to make sure that you cover this before we go for today's program. Okay, granted, I do believe in what you're saying, because I know it's a fact of the celebrities that you said that were either at the Million Man March or scheduled. But the question becomes, what about all this materialism? Okay, you gotta Negroes that spend $100,000 on a doggone chain gotta have a car well beyond. I mean, okay, it's not to say that, okay, you're making that type of money, you earned it. You shouldn't have something that looks nice, but gotta have 15 high-end vehicles like Floyd Mayweather. Gotta have, I mean, what I'm saying is you could have a nice house without spending 20, 30, 40, 50 million on it. What is this materialism? I mean, this even goes on. I'm not just blaming the African American, also on the continent. How
Yeah.
you got rich, these corrupt African leaders and dictators, you know, living like kings worth millions and billions of dollars while the whole community is starving. Just like in
Right.
my own community, we have churches that look like something from Mount Olympus, right next door to the ghetto. I mean, the house right across the street is ghetto. Everybody on there is all government assistance, but you got this multi-million-dollar church, aka mansion, right up in the heart of the community. So what I'm trying to figure out, granted, I do believe that a lot of our people will reach out and do more.
Yeah.
But my thing is, my question is, all this materialism, like, do you have to spend that much? You don't have to come into the Black supremacy cause or Pan-African. You don't have to, but you could just, build more schools, just give out more donations. I mean, why do we constantly compete with each other to show that we have the more shinier rims or the more
You're
shinier
right.
suit than the next Negro, man? That don't make sense. Yeah, bro. So if you could speak on that before we close out, man, I gotta grab me and some lunch in a second, but man, if you could just speak on that, please.
I mean,
Then I'm gonna
it's
let you
just
give your
like what it's just like what you said. We love that feeling of being better than somebody else. And some of them, and some of us are just naturally materialistic. We're greedy. Those things give us value. See, I've never tripped off of that. The only thing of value that I ever really wanted in my life, I wanted a real gold watch. I'm talking about a real gold watch. I'm not talking about no gold plated watch type of stuff, whatever. The only thing I ever really wanted was a real gold watch. I would go into the jewelry store and I want a real gold watch. But you know something? I never got that real gold watch because by the time I could afford it and was ready to get the watch, technology had got to the point where you can see the time on your telephone. So I'm like, what's the sense of getting this watch now? And I can see the time on my telephone. And it just wasn't exciting for me no more because when I really wanted the watch, I'm wearing the watch not only because it's pretty, because I want to keep the time. But now, we got these cell phones. I keep it with the time on these cell phones, and it's just not exciting to me no more. I just really, I wanted that watch. But a lot of us, material things give us value. My car, my house, it gives me value. It makes my religion valid because I can say, even though Jesus didn't have nothing to do with you making your money, look how Jesus blessed me. No, you bless yourself. You got the education, you did the work, and you got these material things. Jesus didn't do a damn thing for you. If you notice, they don't bring up Muhammad, they don't bring up Allah or Jesus when you're poor and suffering. They never say, well, maybe God is punishing me. That's why I'm poor and suffering. They don't ever bring that up. But when they successful because of what they done, not because they got any help from some invisible God, look how I've been blessed by Jesus. Look how I've been blessed. No, you did that yourself, all of it. But a lot of people, and I got relatives like that, material things give them value. And see, for me, and what they say, you cannot grow beyond your people. I forgot exactly how that statement goes. But if your people is viewed as a nigger, that's what you are. I don't care how much money you got, who you think you are in life. And these Peckerwoods will bring you down the size sooner or later. They will tell you, Oprah Winfrey is a nigger. I remember, because I've always been a fan of Oprah Winfrey. I love Oprah Winfrey. I always thought she was a pretty woman. She's a very intelligent woman. I always like Oprah Winfrey.
Can I please say something real quick, bro? I just got to get this out here. You made me think of something. I got to get this on recorded. There are some, even such as myself, who believe that God is between the black woman's legs. I don't want to sound, but let me get it out. I have to say this because, you know, I'm spiritual. I say wild stuff that there's some that believe that God is between the black woman's legs and the black woman's womb. Is the creator. Is the creator. And because it created us, this is where we come from. Like, you don't believe in a sky daddy. A lot of our brothers and sisters, they don't believe in a sky, a pagan, you know, blonde hair, blue-eyed white man is being no Jesus Christ. So the only thing that they could even say is a creator. The closest thing that most of our people know of being a creator is in between of the black women's legs. So I mean, I hate to say it like that, but I just want to put that out there because I'm gonna use that in a further speech. I didn't want to forget that. I'm gonna definitely But that sounds like what, spookism to you? It sounds like just like crazy. I mean, that the creator lies between the I'll say this. The creator lies between the black woman's legs. And I don't want to sound nasty, but I could prove it if I had to in the future debate, as long as I, have time to do my research and get my stuff together. But no, I'm not gonna. Don't even respond to that. But just continue what you were saying about the materialism type stuff.
Oh well, I basically said what it needs to be said. It's we want to be like white folks because that's how they live. When you hear these people talk about success and all like that stuff, they want to live like the white folks. Just like when they go to Africa, they want to find a place in Africa that's basically Europe in Africa, because those people are Europe, dark Europeans. They conquered. They have this fictional, delusional fantasy of Africa. Africa was conquered by the Europeans. You just said it yourself a few minutes ago. Their national language is not even none of their traditional languages. They speak French, Portuguese, and so, and pretty soon Chinese. That's not the Africa they have a delusional fantasy. The Africa that you're thinking about don't exist no more. It's over. It's been over with a long time ago. Don't you know that some of these African countries just got their freedom or liberated from the crackers late 1950s? They just got back into control. I heard that some of them are even asking the white man to come back and take control because they can't get it together. They messed up. It's really messed up. Those leaders, those African leaders, are corrupt as hell because they want to live this dream life that they see the Peckerwood live. They want that big houses, and it's at the expense of the people. The people there are suffering, and Africa has the resources. Africa has everything except really the know-how, but the leadership don't want to give a damn. They selling all the resources and giving all the stuff to foreigners. They don't give a damn, and the people Africa is nothing but a big ass slave plantation because they have the resources, and then these foreigners come and the leadership sell them out and really put the people themselves on a slave plantation, and they barely get paid. They go into the dirt, dig all these resources up, and they are the manual labor to keep making these people rich. The same thing that was happening with slavery, because as you know, or anybody in business know, your greatest cost is labor, and they getting these people's labor for little or nothing, and they getting all these resources, making trillions, not billions, trillions of dollars. And you got the Chinese over there. You got anybody that got any kind of money is running to Africa because they have the resources to build these computers and They got the resources over there to build, to keep this technology going. But my main question, and we're going to get out of here. My main question also is, when I listen to these Pan-Africans and blackity black people, they looking at Africa. It's not like they really love Africa. One of the first things they talk about is the resources, the resources. The only thing on their mind, they're not really talking about the love of the people and how you can help the people. Their mind is the same as the oppressor. Africa, the resources. And this is the problem. Our main problem is these fossil fuels are killing us. These things that we make out of oil, these petro products, they're poisonous to us. These cars, these airplanes, these buses, these trucks, all this stuff running constantly 24 hours a day is killing us. We've never had a time where people been so full of cancer. You know, this is where all this is coming from. We breathing in petrochemicals every day. Hell, we ride in it. We ride in petrochemicals every day. And our food that we eat, a lot of the fertilizer they're using for these plants is petrol-based fertilizers. So the only thing you want to do is go to Africa and keep raping Africa, keep raping the planet, the same thing as the Europeans. Our main problem is we have to have a certain amount of vegetation, wildlife, plant life, in order to live on this planet. The plant life is like the natural filter of the earth. Once the filter is destroyed, you're going to die, because you need these plants. You need these natural habitats in order to help recycle and help filter the air on this planet. It's slowly disappearing because of the activity, the 24-hour activities of men. If men was doing things in moderation, the planet could handle it, but it's not in moderation. This is 24 hours a day. Something's got to give. Now, nothing is going to happen with the earth. The earth can handle whatever you do. The earth can handle it. The problem is, I don't give a damn what your race is. Human beings are on their way to extinction because you need the air. You need clean water. You need these things in order to survive. And once that gets to the point where it cannot be cleansed, where the recycling is over, we're done. And so it ain't gonna make no difference. All you suckers gonna be dead. The white races is gonna be dead. The Pan-Africans gonna be dead. All of you gonna be dead, you know, because you need air, you need water, you need clean things in order to survive and live. But that's it. And these people have the same mindset as the oppressors. It's all about material things. What can that do for you when you're dead? All the money you accumulate, all the cars, all the houses. What do that mean when you're dead? Michael Jackson, greatest entertainer in the world, worth millions and billions of dollars. He died in 2009. How much of all that material thing, all his Grammy Awards and all the money that he made, and what do that mean to him when they put him in a box? See, we put material things, dead things over life. Look what they do for dead things. Gold is dead. These people willing to go to war and kill over gold, but they wouldn't do that to save your life, Brother Craig. You and me are alive. They wouldn't go to war to save our life. They won't go to war to save lives, but they would go to war for oil and gas and rubber and gold and silver, but they don't give a damn about human life or life, period. They kill all the ducks, they kill all the geese, they kill all the frogs, they don't give a damn. But what's all this stuff in the end? What do it all mean when you're dead? You can't take none of this.
You know what they say. But you know what it's a part of human nature. But you know what they
Hmm.
say, that this Earth, this whole solar system is going to be consumed by the sun one day once it go into supernova, and it's going to explode. Or whatever. That's what
Well, guess
scientists say.
what?
We're
Guess
all
what?
going. This whole yeah. Go ahead.
By that time, maybe the human beings, if we work together, we can find another place to go. But one particular species, the white man is not going to be able to pull it off by himself. This is something that takes brains power. BRAINS plural. Brain, the brain power of the human family in order to pull this off. That's why when you look at Star Trek, when you look at Star Wars and all these other science fiction, futuristic type shows, they're not tripping off religion. They're not tripping off race. They're not tripping off those things. That's the future. That's the future of humanity.
That's why
they're not
deep
tripping off those
into,
things.
But see, that's why I'm so deep off into ancient history. I'm not talking about what happened in Connect. I mean ancient history, the birthplace of human civilization, because I believe that the answers lie there of what's going to happen, the death of human mankind. I believe that the answers lie in the beginning. I'm talking about the beginning of time. Yo, that right there, man, is just too much for the human brain to be able to comprehend. The human brain can't even comprehend 1,000,000 years. Can't comprehend 100,000 years. Can't comprehend 1,000 years. We're just not built like that as a species. We're not. So that's why, because I know that there has to be a beginning, an alpha and an omega, a beginning and an end. Well, we all have an end coming. Everything has an end. Every tree, every critter, even they say that the moon, the earth, and the sun have an end. Everything has a beginning and an end. So that's why I can't predict, and I have no idea what's going to happen in the end. But as far as the beginning, I can't try to reach back. That's why I'm into not science fiction, but just, in mankind, we've done everything that we can with the tools at our disposal to try to say what happened in the beginning. They got these Big Bang theories and these theories of evolution, and all those type of things, right? So mankind, man, we've always been fascinated with, the beginning. Man, it's just, this is a crazy world. It's a hostile planet that we're on, and sometimes I don't even know how the hell I arrived here. Why am I here? What's my purpose? What's my purpose here on this ground, on this soil? I just looked around. Sometimes I just look around and everything just looks foreign to me. Like these trees look foreign. Like man, that's why, man, I don't know. That's why a lot of mankind has resorted to religion. To try to explain away the unknown.
Right, absolutely.
And it's just crazy, bro, man. I definitely, man, gotta, man, try to fix some lunch or whatever, man. It's been a good discussion, man. Let me go ahead and allow you to close out, bro. Just go ahead and close out, and then we're gonna be done, bro, for today. Right now.
Well, we're done. Thank everybody for listening. Subscribe to Brother Craig's channel. I'm gonna put the link in the description box. Subscribe to Master Supremacy. What's the name of your channel?
Well, that's what the name of this channel is, Master Supremacy, and the reason. Well, I also call myself Brother Supremacy. Yeah, that's the name of the channel, actually. But the link to my channel, I'll be going live on this channel more often. I just created it, but I'm also going to start back going live on my other channel that has 25 subscribers. But I got 2 days left, before they let me out. But I know that channel's not going to last long because I refuse to bite my tongue. I'll create 1,000 channels if I have to. I'm not gonna censor, my feelings and what needs to be said. That's why I was asking if you could at least download this program and mirror it. I'm gonna download it myself just so I can have it in my personal collection and just go back and listen to it or whatever. I got a
Right.
lot of my old videos, on my computer, downloaded. So yes, sir. We just have to put the truth out, man. The best way.
Yeah, to the best of our
Trying to
ability.
see how. Yeah, to the best of our ability, man. I mean, it's
That's
like
what it's about.
freezing cold outside. Yeah, snow all over the place. I'm starving, man. I haven't eaten today, man. I gotta fix me something to eat. It's like almost
Yeah.
lunchtime, and I still haven't eaten. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely do that, man.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah,
so thank everybody for listening. Jot down your comments, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And we hope that you enjoyed this conversation. And I know we was all over the place, no real particular topic. We were just rolling from this place to that place, but we covered a little bit. We can cover particular topics, specific, definite topics, in future live streams, and get you to join, get other people to join in the conversation. And like I say, concentrate on the solution. And I say that the solution is Mississippi campaign. That's what I say. It's more, stop tripping off the title and concentrate on what the actual solution, what is being offered. And nobody is saying that it's perfect, but you can make it better. But it is a good foundation. It's a good vision. It's a good plan. And whatever we haven't covered or whatever we fail, you come in and help make it strong instead of fighting against something that really our ancestors was doing, and they were being successful. We're just bringing it to the modern times. That's all that's happening, and you can make that successful and let us gain some power. I haven't heard no other alternative. I haven't heard any other solution that put us in a position that bring us power and influence. And that's what we need, because without power and influence, all this stuff that we talk about really don't mean nothing. We need to be in a position where I don't care if you come here, you're going to have to obey the laws and the policies that we make, and we can enforce it. Not only do we make the laws and policy here, but we can enforce it. And there's never been a time in the once called Negro history, where we've been in a position where we make the laws and policy, control the resources. And if you come here, we can enforce those laws and policy. Even the government itself gonna have to back off. We've never been in that position. And that is what the Mississippi campaign is offering us, a chance to have some power. And in power, you also have the influence to start relations with your Africa, if you want to do that, or with any other power in the world. As a state really is a country to itself. It's just part of the greater what's the word I'm looking for, that makes up the United States. But each state is a small country in its own. Each state is capable of governing and doing its own thizzy. And that's what we want to do. Be able to put ourselves in a position to do our own thizzy and create a safe haven and a sanctuary where our people can come to and get help and feel safe in this geographical area. And with that said, thank you for listening. Thank you, Brother Craig, for having us on your platform this morning. And we will, if time permits, or the universe or whatever, because time waits for no one and tomorrow's not promised to nobody. But if we're here, we're going to continue to try to inspire and motivate our people, ourselves, to become better, and so that we can do this for future generations, so they can step and progress further and go and take this on to a higher plane or a higher level, and go to and create the promised land that Dr. King spoke of, the heaven of the Bible and the hereafter that the Quran speaks of. We would do that and produce that in real time. We are already 5,000. Thank you, Brother Craig, again. And we will, as in the words of our ancestor Don Cornelius used to always say, as imparting, I wish us, Brother Craig wish us love, peace, and so we are already 5,000. I'm out, y'all.